Good morning, and welcome to Non-Standard Action, where we are playing Paizo's Fly Free or Die. Today, we will be starting Book 2 of this adventure path, Merchants of the Void. Today is Episode 5, The Decision. I wonder why it's called that. My name is Tom, and I will be your GM for this adventure. Joining me are my 5 players, each as cool as I am tall, and I am very tall. Jet, Leif, Liz, Nick, and Simon. Today's icebreaker question is, are you a good dancer? And if so, what is your favorite dance? And I'm tell you what, I'll give you this. If you're a bad dancer, you could still have a favorite dance, you just do it poorly.
This is my in real life.
Yes, but I'm asking about your characters. These are character icebreaker questions, Nick. Come on, you know this.
My internet dance.
It's a good internet
For those of you
dance.
listening at home, I'm doing a little finger motion. Nothing else.
See, similarly, I like the mini disco. Just
what are the rotating hands?
Yeah.
Simon can roll his eyebrows, but
you can roll your eyebrows?
I don't know if I can anymore. It's been so many years.
Do it, Simon. Do it. Oh my God.
It's pretty good.
That's really good.
Simon can do a wave with his eyebrows. It's great.
Oh, that's awesome. Cool. So anyway, we'll go around and I'll get the usual name, pronouns, character name, character pronouns, and answer to the icebreaker for your character. We will start with Jet.
I am Jet, he, him, playing Gus, also he, him. And he's not a good dancer, he's an enthusiastic dancer when the situation arises. And it's the Morris dance, which is an English folk dance that involves rhythmic stepping and choreographed figures by a group of dancers. There's bell pads on your shins and sticks or handkerchiefs in your hands, and I think it's a family thing that was done.
Nice.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't know this dance specifically, but I'm just now thinking of Gus doing the peasant dancing at the Renaissance Fair.
I have posted a link in Twitch, and I will post it on Discord.
But I'm imagining him doing it all by himself.
Oh, no.
Without music.
You'll have to teach us.
I'm sure that'll go over well.
Right, let's write that down on this list of scenes we want to have.
Yeah, I can totally see Catch just loving that.
Gus doing it by himself in a bar, and then people awkwardly joining in.
Leif, who are you playing? And icebreaker. And pronouns.
Hello,
all that.
I'm Leif. They, them. I am playing Ketch, he, him. And you absolutely know Ketch is just a fantastic dancer. Good at things like oh gosh, I'm having a hard time coming up with our witty space-themed things.
Just put space in front of the name of a dance.
The Space Electric Slide and the Space Charleston.
The Space Charleston is my personal favorite.
Oh man, I can see
Alligator.
Catch just tearing up the dance floor doing swing dancing with somebody.
Oh my God, yeah.
Absolutely, yes. No, but he doesn't just it's not just straight swing, it's gotta be electro swing.
Of course.
Oh man.
Yeah,
we gotta
sci-fi
have some dancing
swing.
in this AP. We just got it.
Liz.
So Auntie Nuna, one of the things
I'm going to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I need your pronouns and Auntie Nuna's pronouns.
Good call. I'm Liz. I use she, her. Auntie Nuna uses she, her. And one of the few things that she will tell you about her youth was she wanted to be a dancer. And she would go growing up amongst her tribe on Akaton, whenever they were in a little settlement, she would draw a crowd dancing. And she actually got yelled at by her parents for attracting attention as like they saw it as begging, but she really liked the performance aspect. And that's part of why when she hit her tempering, she left and did not want to go back. But yeah, so I picture it as, have you ever seen, there's I want to say it's Thai dance. They call it like the Thousand-Armed Goddess, where a bunch of women are lined up single file facing the audience, and one of them will begin the hand movements that then the next one behind them will pick up right like half a beat later. And so it looks as if they're one person with like a bunch of arms. I imagine that, but with 4 arms, because she actually has them.
Yeah.
And that was the kind of thing that like, she could do. Yeah. But I mean, she's good at any kind of dance. Like, she's pretty dexterous, so she just gets tired. She's old.
She is old. She's not as young as she used to be.
Can't cut it up on the dance floor like she used to.
Oh, she can cut it up, just not all night anymore.
Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick. I use whatever pronouns, just don't call me ma'am. And I'm playing Sloan, who's this she, her pronouns slaves over there nodding their head like, yep, no, that's a terrible one. Don't do it. They'll smack you.
No, that's a
ma'am was
that's a
my
good rule.
father.
Yes.
Mr. Ma'am.
And so I had an answer all lined up. Sloan definitely is a good dancer. And she probably learned a lot of it from Auntie Nuna, who, you know, having a little Asabar girl on the ship. I imagine Auntie Nuna could not resist teaching her how to dance.
If only to keep her occupied.
Right? Like, what do you do with a 5-year-old on a spaceship, man? You teach them every dance you can think of. That's what I would do with a 5-year-old on a spaceship. But yeah, I think Jet's right. I think Sloan, when the breakdancing circle breaks out, is the one who like ends it because no one wants to follow her.
Awesome. Yeah.
And I've always
those
really
operatives.
it's one of those things. I've always really wanted to be able to break dance, but it's modern and jazz for me.
All right. And Simon.
I'm Simon, he, him. This is Topher, also he, him.
Oh, hello, Topher. Oh, look at that dangly arm.
That's exciting.
Yes. Oh yes. Marath is they them. There's a bunch of males and a bunch of females in there, and probably a bunch of other non-binary genders in there. Who knows how Spathina even work? Not me. The dance.
I just play one on TV.
Yeah, I just play one on TV. Marath loves dancing. They are they're always excited to meet a crew member who says that they're good at dancing, so that they can like watch them and try to imitate them. Because being a swarm of bugs, they can sort of imitate any of the gestures. They can have 4 arms if they really need to, or 8 or 12. They can't hold weapons though. However, their favorite party trick is sort of turning into the I should have looked up what this was called. The visualizer of a track where like it has like all the spikes.
Yeah, absolutely.
They like turning into that and hovering into midair over the dance floor.
It's it's almost like a spectrograph, right?
Yeah.
Ketch wouldn't be into it, but Leif would sit there and watch that for hours.
Oh man, yeah.
Right?
Since we described Marath as a little city-state, I imagine there's always a small subset of them always dancing in like a club region of the host.
There's a few clubs in Marath. Yeah.
So now that we're talking about this, I'm interested in hearing about like the deviation statistic. Like, how many bugs don't want to be a part of the colony?
That's an interesting question. Not many. It's and like usually it's a cold world out there, right? Like constituents can't really survive without a swarm. So if constituents want to leave, they sort of can't, and unless like enough of them want to leave. So, yeah, like in sometimes if enough of them want to, they'll like either like go back to one of these Spathinae like worlds and like merge with other colonies, or if like a huge number, they might like split. Yeah.
So what's your current like over under out?
Oh, it's very low. Like they like try to keep that number low because it really sucks to be trapped.
Rebellious teens, huh? Rebellious teens.
With the current development, has there been a rise in dissension in Moraoth?
They're sort of torn, but they're all on this. They all like want the same thing. They're torn on how it'll turn out, but not on what they've actually done. So they're torn on like their predictions as to how this will turn out. A lot of them are like, "Oh, this is just going to be the end of us, guys. Like Sloane is going to get us killed." And then the rest are like, "No, this can work. Her stuff has like worked pretty well so far. The 2 months that we've worked for her." But like, they're all on board with all of the objectives. They're all on. They're interested. They're very interested in stealing the ship. They're very interested in like flipping off Edge Core. They just are torn about how it'll turn out.
All right. Well, I think
Questions about
that's a
Moraoth
great.
are endless.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I've got answers.
Simon has a way of doing this. So yeah, that is a great way for us to transition into a recap of last week. Last week, our free-flying traders, I will get that right someday, our free-flying traders went to the Horseye orbital plate, where they crafted a cunning caper to creep in and capture Evgenia Jameson Corporation's experimental starship, the Oliphant. Pies were made, uniforms were purchased, and the crew deftly talked their way into the experimental lab where the Oliphant was housed. However, due to an incognito Anasite's surveillance, the crew was discovered, and soon had to defend themselves from the skeleton crew of android guards. They found Eileen Risora's office, the Spathinae Executive Vice President of Edge Corp, in charge of Project Oliphant. On their way to the dock that held their prize, they were interrupted by Monitor 77B, the Anasite security officer in charge of the defense of the facility. Dispatching with this intimidating mantis-like robot, they made their way to the doors and had just begun to open them to lay eyes on the starship within before I so rudely cut them off, with it to be continued. Now, I'm going to interrupt one more time as those doors open, as something big happened last week. Something that I didn't say on stream. Our players hit level 3. Woo!
Oh,
So,
right, yes.
Yes. Simon's like, oh no, did I forget something? So yes,
That's like my
I
professional
wanted.
state.
You know, Tom, we're getting old. You gotta try not to give us heart attacks.
Oh please, you're
I'm
fine.
old
You're
as dirt,
fine.
Tom. I'm old as dirt.
I'm 30 for crying out loud. I'm practically as old as Nuna.
37, and I'm a grand uncle.
You're gonna kill me. Heart attack.
Oh my gosh, I will try and make this TTRPG that we're playing a little less, adrenaline filled. Okay, I'll try and
had
throw less
some pretty
curveballs your
exciting-
way.
That's
I
all.
think
Stacking of boxes.
RPG's ground up into a slurry so I can drink it with a straw.
Yeah.
Teeth aren't what
So-
they used to be.
Let's talk briefly about level 3. Let's go in reverse order with Simon.
Oh no.
Simon is a Solarian, so level 3 is a pretty good level for Solarians, I think.
Yeah, it's relatively good. We get our first revelation.
No, you got your revelation at level 2.
You're right. I get my first feat, and oh yes, I did on influence, which is like a few skill things. Yeah, so really it's just the feat, right?
Feat,
sorry,
you're
I did
adding
this
your-
last week.
We all got weapon specialization this level,
Oh
which
yes,
that adds hugely to your bottom line on damage.
That's true. That does like literally more than double my damage. But ironically, I decided to take the improved combat maneuver, which doesn't use any of that damage. Just because I was like, I was on the fence about agile wavelengths. I think it's like what a lot of solar flare Solarians do. So, but I just so frequently wanted to pull things out of people's hands during the first 3 sessions of this campaign that it seemed foolish to fight it. So that's what we've got.
Awesome.
And I've got all my macros lined up and ready.
Good. And
You're gonna take things from people.
of special note for solar flare is it's treated as a small arm, right? But it does full level damage, so that's pretty neat. So all right, Nick, as an operative, as exciting a level as it is, I guess boring ultimately for Solarians. What have you got for us?
Oh man. So weapon specialization, obviously helpful. I also got quick trick, so that I can trick is a standard action. And for my feet, I picked up mobility, and my operative's edge went up, as it does.
Interesting.
Excellent.
So
Don't
with quick trick, you can tumble past the attacks of opportunity, right?
Yes, that too. But I want mobility because I'm building up for shot on the run.
Ah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And there are going to be instances where you fail a tumble anyway.
There sure are.
That mobility,
Roll 20.
that mobility is going to help, I think.
D20 system.
Mobility is great.
Yeah.
So good. Nuna, what have you got?
Auntie Nuna got improved initiative, so that she can hopefully buff the party a little bit sooner. And then also got her expertise talent this level, which was Expert Forger. So on demand, I can produce credentials much faster. And it was kind of funny, like, I was reading through Envoy, like, guides and stuff, and this talent was kind of poorly rated, and they said, but when are you ever gonna need credentials in, like, a couple of seconds? And I'm like, when you're playing a space
We're gonna need
smuggler? Yeah.
Wow.
When you attempt a computer's check to create a forgery, as long as you have access to a computer, you can forgo your expertise die to attempt the check as a full action.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Now, notably, so we know this going forward, I will, the GM has to roll that check in secret, so because it's supposed to be a secret roll, you're not supposed to know how well you did. But that is really cool. You'll just tell me, hey, I would like to use my expert forger right now, and I'll say, cool, Liz, let me roll that up for you.
Although it's a little scary to forgo that expertise die, you know. So.
Yeah, but you're still passing pretty good, I'd say, right, at computers? Auntie Nunes?
Yeah, she's got a +8.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. I'm sure that won't be a pain at all. Forgeries? No. No, I look forward to seeing that in action. Leif, what have you got for level 3?
Oh boy. I mean, it was weird because I wasn't a soldier, but
sorry about
I got the soldier overload, or the mechanic overload special feature this time around, so that'll be interesting. Weapon specialization, which is always exciting when your main focus is your gun, and a feat, a really cool feat that I've totally picked out already.
Yeah,
what it is, it's going to be a surprise.
It's very believable.
Yes, I'm the most believable.
Yes.
You can trust me.
I do.
Are you taking fast talk?
I am now.
All right. Well then, Leif, what a cool feat you've chosen. And we all heard you talk about it. Jet. We are on to Jet with Gus, the nanocyte.
So Gus got a new major form for his gear array. Also, more of Gus's body has been replaced by nanites. as they have grown in and destroyed parts of his organic bits and replaced them with metallic bits.
This is probably fine.
Yeah,
It's all
this
robots.
is an ability called cytoconversion. Gives me some bonuses against some specific saving throws, and now I have a 10% chance of just negating critical hits and critical hit effects.
Is Gus going to turn into like a construct?
I don't think it goes that far, but if I played him to all the way to 20, he would have a 30% chance to just ignore critical hits.
Wow.
At what level does Gus get compression?
If I took a different faculty, I could get that. And I think
you can
that
pick up that faculty at 9th level or something. I think this is one of the features that
you can get a second one. And
Yeah.
it's what I'm eyeballing, honestly.
Nice. Compression is the best racial.
It's pretty great. Okay. Awesome
Only for the
stuff,
goose.
friends. So, level 3, big level. I'm sure you all are now, top dogs. Nobody's ever going to kick your butts again.
Never ever.
Nobody's gonna,
Ever.
yeah, never ever. And it's going to be great. So,
Well, at least we don't have to worry about. At least we don't have to worry constantly about dying.
Not constant.
yeah. Death is creeping further and further. You're outstripping death with every level. It eventually becomes very, very difficult to kill PCs in Starfinder. So,
I'm sure you'll try.
oh, I'll try my best. Don't worry. I'll give you a good run for your money. So, the doors to the docking bay open, and inside you do, in fact, finally see a gleaming starship. Did I make a handout of this? I did! Show to players. You see a gleaming starship. This ship has clearly not seen much, if any, action. For instance, it shows none of the minute scoring from various debris. One might... Where did I go?
Zoom it in. I'm very sad.
One may pass through while hurtling through space. Oh, because that is a character sheet. I made it a character sheet, not a handout.
You can zoom it in, Simon. There's the little
Oh, you're right.
magnifying glass, and then you manually do it. And Ninja, yes, I forgot to mention my feat. I did take heavy armor proficiency. I just need to get somewhere where I can buy it now.
Okay. Yeah. That'll be the thing, but hey, you'll have some time in the drift, one way or another, I imagine. But the ship, again, doesn't show any of the minute scoring from various debris one might pass through while hurtling through space. The designation for the chassis of this ship is apt. Remember last week it was marked as a sledgehammer class, as it is indeed shaped like a sledgehammer, with the bridge at the top of the hammer and 2 engines forming the hammer's heads, while what would be the handle is a series of rooms, hallways, and expansion bays. A small gun turret sits atop the ship, while underneath the bridge of the ship sits a much more menacing-looking missile launcher. The door to the starship opens up at a wave of the keycard you found in Aline Razor's desk last week. Inside, the hallways are gleaming. This ship was clearly very close to taking its maiden voyage. There is even a bottle of champagne and glasses set out on a table in the galley.
Nice.
So, some specs on this ship. This ship is equipped with an arcane lab, a tech workshop, and a recreation suite, hack, holographic adventure chamber, or something. So you will have plenty of things to keep you occupied while you travel to wherever you need to go next. Speaking of, where to next?
Rails flows through the whole ship to explore all the rooms. All the vents are very nice here. Very clean.
Well, I should hope so. No one's used it yet.
Captain, we should probably go, though.
Yo, you guys see the cherry flux capacitor on this thing? Oh, it's just so mint. Oh, and Ketch is just like starry-eyed, just losing his mind over this.
Look at the juicer in the galley. It's amazing.
Sloan slides into the pilot's seat, sets a course for Absalom Station.
Auntie Nuna is
Hold on,
already-
before the engines fire up, give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. And You guys,
Morale swirls nervously.
the power comes on, flickers, goes off, and then comes back on a couple seconds later. And Ketch is just like, all right, yo, you're good. Let's do this.
What is Ketch doing?
Oh, nothing too untoward. Just disabling the transponder for now.
Yeah, Auntie Nuna is already like hacking in and giving them a new set of credentials and numbers and serial, whatever it is that authenticates a ship.
Yeah, more hoop-a-doo that is going to make sure that this ship does not get recognized as the Oliphant.
The space VIN number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, filing it off and then etching a new one or some such. I've never stolen a car, clearly. So... All right, so the captain said that we're heading back to Absalom Station, Nick?
Yes.
So you're not going to take it to Lord Sinjin?
I forget, where was Lord Sinjin? Wasn't he on Absalom Station?
No, he was around King Kearney's Casbah. However, he gave you instructions once you, and you could be forgiven for forgetting this because I don't think I mentioned it. He gave you instructions to contact Dominda, his head of security, when you had the ship in hand. So...
is the captain going to, talk to the crew about this decision?
Oh, where did he want us to take it? He wanted us to take it somewhere else?
Dominda is on a secret little asteroid base in the diaspora that seems to be a sort of way station for the Golden League. Little hangar out on a little nothing asteroid.
In that case, while the engines are spooling up, because it takes 2 minutes before you can get into the drift, Sloan will sort of turn to the crew on the bridge. Well, Sinjin wanted this ship, but Catch, you seem pretty infatuated with it. Ship like
standing
this,
there, running his hand down one of the support beams.
But this isn't but I don't want to make anyone I don't want to make anyone go along with something they don't want to do. So our new ship should be a democracy.
We agree with this. We have reluctances.
It would piss off Sinjin, that's for sure.
Yes. Yes. We are happy to have taken this ship from Edgecore. However, there are many ships, and we could perhaps buy a ship if we wanted to with the funds that Sinjin gave us.
He did promise to make us rich beyond our wildest dreams, but I don't think money could buy a ship this nice.
I thought we were liberating it for the galaxy at large.
It has been liberated from Edgecore.
Awesome.
They are free like we are.
We could always release the schematics.
That sounds good. Gus is excitedly testing the juicer in between him talking.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Oh god.
That was an entire pineapple.
Oh god.
Oh my
You
god!
didn't even pour it.
All right, I'm going to count Gus as a yes. We take it. See what you think.
Sorry, let me get into Auntie Nuna's. She's not as amused as I am by these shenanigans.
Let's see what it does to this coconut. Oh my god, the shell's liquid now.
That looks very dangerous, Gus.
Oh my god.
That's just from the engine room. What's drawing all that power?
Gus just goes,
I think we have enough power.
Auntie Nuna will. So her hands have stilled on the keyboard or, the interface for hacking. Her other hands are nervously knitting, like furiously, like faster than usual. And she goes,
Sinjin is a dangerous enemy. I hope you know what you're doing, Sloane.
Everybody's gonna have a hard time tracking us down in this beauty.
You think that you can keep us safe from Edgecore and Sinjin?
We just have to stay off their radar, right?
You say the word "just" carries implications that we are not confident about. We have not stayed off of very many radars.
Actually, no, you have. That's part of why we selected you.
No, that's... Ooh, it feels like the not getting fired radar is much smaller than the not getting blown up by people that you stole a ship from radar. This metaphor is really falling apart on us.
Auntie Nuna.
Gosh, you think you could keep this thing off the radar?
Oh, you know it, sweet cheeks.
Sweet cheeks.
They are pretty sweet.
It's don't worry about it there, Mary. It's just a colloquialism. I'll explain it later.
Are ASMR cheeks edible?
No.
I don't recommend it, bud.
We were just
No.
asking.
Auntie Nuna
Try
will
it.
just.
We will not try it.
Whatever you think best, dear. You know I support you.
Well, first things we'll need to get the transponder changed out.
Already done.
Okay.
Well, I was going to use it as an excuse for us to go to the diaspora anyway.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
We didn't derail Tom.
Oh, you are not derailing me. I
Okay.
didn't expect the transponder to be a big thing. You can worry about whatever else you want to do with the ship to change it up whenever
It
you
could
want.
be more like Nuna can handle the transponder, but maybe we genuinely actually need to change like the like the engine signature or something like that, because that's something EdgeCorp would probably have on file from testing.
Yeah, that tracks. That's a very sci-fi thing to do. Well, we'll need to switch out, make some changes to the drive signature if we can.
Yeah.
Let's
I
set
don't
course
got
for
the
Broken
tools
Rock.
for
I know
that
we can
right
get the
now.
work done there. Maybe by then, Tarika will have found something for us.
Oh, Broken Rock. Well, that will be interesting with this crew.
What is Broken Rock?
Don't you worry, dear.
Okay. We will attempt to worry less than we are currently worrying.
One of the best places in the Pact Worlds, Murray. You'll love it. Tons of interesting people. And so it spins the chair back around and sets a course for Broken Rock, the pirate enclave in the diaspora.
Okay.
Oh, man. This would be a weird place to bring. This will be a weird place to bring guests.
Oh gosh.
No, Gus, they're not your friend.
What?
All right.
But he just
Auntie
wanted me to
might
go in
wanna
this
have
back
a,
room with him.
Conversation with Gus as we drift travel there.
So, as you all set a course for Broken Rock, the space fortress of the Free Captains, pirates of the Pact Worlds, the
Privateers.
bay doors open. Yes, privateers, if you will. The bay doors open, and we see the sledgehammer shape of the Oliphant emerge slowly from the bay and just sort of drops out of the bottom, because this is on the bottom spike of the Horse Eye orbital plate. So the ship slowly emerges from the drive on its maiden voyage in the hands of ship thieves. That is you. So, as the ship starts picking up speed and Sloane flips the switch to take us into the drift, we are going to have a brief flashback with
Really, sort of a flash sideways.
Yeah. To the screen flashes with 20 minutes ago. It's not 20 minutes ago. This is something that happened 20 minutes ago. However, this is probably actually going to be days later.
Yeah.
So one day later.
1 day later.
The camera cuts to the interior of Eileen Raysora's office. After a beat, the door slides open, showing the executive vice president themselves, hovering in the air, gleaming like a lightning bolt. The block of constituents angles towards the terminal at the center of the room, pausing only briefly in front of the shelf that previously held the golden statuette of their ship. The computer terminal boots and shows the infuriating welcome screen of a freshly reformatted device having been purged by Auntie Nuna. Eileen's golden light brightly pulses once, and a low murmur is audible from their ranks. A single bolt lances out towards the top drawer of the desk, pulling it open. Inside, we see 6 constituents. Slowly expiring due to distance from their colony, they have just enough life left in them to emit a pheromone cocktail that translates roughly to eat our phlegm traitors in Spathane. Eileen cooks them with a blast of solar energy and slams the drawer shut. The camera pans up to a dusty outline on the desk, an empty space which that photo of the Spathane and Tu Lashunta no longer occupies. Then we match cut to that same photo, upright in darker environs. We pull back to show the factory fresh vents of the Oliphant, where the frame is dimly lit by steady emergency lights. And then we can cut back towards the present.
Of course. So, yeah. The ship continues through the drift. You all are in system, traveling to the diaspora, which is that's what I mean when I say in system. So it will take you 2 days. I've rolled a d6. I had GM on, but I promise it's 2 days. So 2 days into your journey through the drift, you all arrive at Broken Rock, the asteroid home, the fortress, the city of the free captains of the diaspora. The traffic control doesn't exist here. What is in its place, we'll say, is simply a large array of turrets that aim at your ship as you approach.
What's traffic control?
It's in a manner of speaking.
It controls traffic.
Oh, it does a great job of controlling traffic, just not your typical traffic control. And you all are challenged by a gruff voice over comms that opens comms with you and says, "What's your business here?"
We're here to get some work done on our ship.
There's radio silence for 10 seconds or so, and then they say, "All right then, come on in, as long as your credits are good." And the turrets maintain their usual scanning of the, not horizon, but similar, the space around the fortress. And you all are sent to a docking bay. As you dock, you are greeted by dirty hallways, a bay that is basically just an asteroid, a hole in the asteroid that has been covered over with one of those force fields that stops small particulates passing through, but not large ships, a la Star Wars, or we use the same thing in Starfinder. And you all are given given leave to traverse through these various hallways and whatnot.
Ooh, are there dance clubs here?
Oh, there are plenty.
Yes, there are.
There are quite a few, but I'm not sure if any are quite your style, Maria.
What is our style?
What about my style?
I prefer neither of you get stabbed.
Being stabbed sucks. It's happened far too often recently.
If everyone who goes to the club gets stabbed, how do they make credits?
Oh, not everybody gets stabbed, but, well, chances are much higher if you happen to be new to the area and don't know your way around.
Oh, so they have
Reyes downloads a map.
I was gonna say, so they have pokey construction? Do they just not have anyone grind off the sharp edges on stuff?
That would do it, yes. Oh.
We don't really have time to go dancing.
Okay.
So
Maybe
why are
I'll
we
find
here?
you a nice, safe club somewhere on Absalom Station.
It's a date, Auntie.
Captain, why are we here? Is there a job?
Well, Tarika said she was looking for jobs, but we got to get the drive signature changed.
We don't know what that means.
Don't worry, I'm sure Catch and Auntie Nuna can find somebody to help us with it.
I'm already pinging a few old friends.
I'm gonna turn that into like a diplomacy check.
Yeah, that was what I was going to suggest. A diplomacy check to find somebody in the area. Perhaps it will be somebody that Nuna knows.
All right.
With a natural toot. Toot toot.
Oh,
That is a total of 10.
Everybody seems to be out on vacation.
So we'll
I
say
can ask around probably.
I'll that'll have taken you 3 hours because this is sort of like gathering information. So 3 hours down the toilet. Auntie Nuna doesn't really hasn't really found anybody. It seems that her old contacts have either changed names or moved on, but won't stop you trying again.
So Auntie can try again, or
Oh yes, yeah. Ooh, that's much nicer.
6 hours instead of 3 hours.
Somebody responded to the posts in those old boards. Oh, someone's still maintaining those boards that I put on mute since I left last time.
So, Auntie Nuna is able to find one of her. We will say that it's one of Nuna's old contacts. Nuna, why don't you give me a race for this contact? That is something that you are comfortable doing.
okay, I can create a character for you. I've got one in the back of my head.
I would love that.
Okay, so Emilio is a short Lashunta, the stocky type, the
Demaya?
Karasha.
Karasha.
and Emilio runs a chop shop that they've used for a while to get repairs done and so forth. And he's always happy to hear from us. Basically, have you seen John Wick?
No, actually.
Darn it.
Oh,
What?
I was just going to steal the chop shop guy from that.
You still can.
Yeah.
I just might need more description.
Basically, he's when the mob bosses pissant little son brings in John Wick's car to the chop shop to get new papers and stuff, he knows that it's John Wick's car and punches the kid in the face. So if that gives you the sense of the character.
It really gives you more of a sense of John Wick.
Well, yeah. But he's very friendly until he's like, wait a second. Oh, you stole his car and you killed his dog, huh? But
Yeah.
Emilio,
Okay.
there you go.
Emilio. All right. So you find Emilio at his old shop. We'll say the shop is actually, it's not his old shop. The shop has changed location since last you were here. However, it does have the same... What's up, Leif?
Why it took so long to find.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Oh, you've got a
And-
new location. You're doing well for yourself.
Oh, thank you, Nuna. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Things have been all right here. He pats the... You recognize his assistant drone. That we'll say he's a drone mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
His drone, C290, because that's... he was never very creative with naming, just with mechanical parts. And he pats C290, who might have been why you noticed the shop in the first place, and C290 sort of putters around the shop, bringing things around. And he says, "So, Nuna, what can I do for you?"
Well, I've got a special one for you this time.
And she sends over the specs for the Oliphant.
We need a new transponder, new VIN. As you can tell, its former owners are going to be missing it. We'd like to hang on to both it and our heads. You know how it goes.
Yeah. And he just lets out a low whistle at seeing the specs on the ship. Do you tell him about the null space cargo holds? How much information do you give Emilio?
Not anything yet. It
Okay.
just looks like a really nice ship.
Yeah. So then he'll say, "Wow, stealing a sledgehammer class from Edge Corp, huh? That's brand new. Doesn't look like it's."
Well, Sloane's trying her hand. No, you know how kids are. So ambitious.
Yeah. He his eyes, dart over to Sloane and then back to the data pad that he's reading the information you sent him, and says, "Yeah, I could probably take care of this for you, Nuna. It'll cost you, and it'll take me some time, say a day, but yeah, I got the parts in stock. I could probably chop something together for you."
Aw, thank you, Emilio. I knew we could count on you.
Oh boy, a day. What are the best locations to meet new people on this station? For a day. Is there a club where we will not get stabbed?
He eyes Marayoth whole thing and says, "Probably not. No. You're gonna have. It might be better for you to stay
all over the place.
Yeah. This is not a vacation spot, kid. This is more of a place where people go to not make friends, if you know what I mean.
Place of business.
What about a galley supply store?
He just looks at Gus and then turns back to Nuna and says, "So, yeah, that's gonna run you, let's say," he suggests a figure that amounts to 4 BP. Which I could just make BP an in-universe thing to say and refer to and talk about, but it just feels weird to me, so.
Yeah, it does
he
feel
gives
weird.
he gives you a figure, and it is 4 build points.
All right.
And we'll say he can change some of the exterior of the ship as well to make it look a little less like the sledgehammer class.
Remove the
make it
Edgefork
look
branding.
Yeah. Make it look less new. So what he's gonna do is he'll make it look less new. He'll make it look a little more beat up. Well, it'll still look nice. Don't worry. He'll change the engine signature and the transponder, and all that's gonna run you 4 BP, 4 build points.
As we're leaving, Catches just visibly salty and just grumbling to himself, like, I don't know why I couldn't have just done this.
Could
It
you
would take-
though, really?
No, probably not, but you know.
Yeah. Catches thinking of younger days, probably, when he had more supplies to work with. But yeah, Catch did not have the area. He would need a bay. He would need more room than he has on the ship to do all of these repairs and stuff. So Emilio's going to take care of it for you all. You have a day on what is this? Broken Rock. That's the name. And what do
But
people
no one
do?
here wants to be friends. What do you do on a station where no one wants to be friends?
Oh, don't worry, Gary, I'll show you. Just kind of like trying to figure out how to get an arm around like a storm of bugs.
With a bug net, of course.
Morath, a bunch of Morath lands on your arm, and it's a really unpleasant feeling.
Just
It's
fighting
like
the
very
urge to,
wriggly and tickly.
just really trying not to like, squish Maria.
Wrath, we could hold up in that tech workshop and make some gear for ourselves.
Sure. We will watch.
And we get Gus something a little bit more substantial to wear. I worry about him sometimes.
Are you going out like that, young man?
He'll catch your death of cold damage.
Oh, yeah, that's the right joke.
Yep.
I've got some plans for some heavier armor. I'm willing to trade my current suit for some credits, some raw UPBs, so I could just build it myself. Sloan, look at it. It's sleek and shiny and white. Come on, Captain.
What do you
All right.
need? Or, do you make like new armor, or you're?
I can make this armor.
You're
I'm of the appropriate level, but I need raw credits, like UPBs, to do it. So Nick and I had talked about me giving my armor to Sloan, and then I getting raw credits in return.
I get it.
I do remember this conversation last week.
Oh yes, I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Agree to that.
Okay.
If you don't want to, it's fine. We had briefly talked about it, but then not talked about it again since then.
Yeah, I just don't remember having this conversation. But
It was
should be
post-show, but
Yeah, it was.
I guess we should probably liquidize our inventory, right? Has everyone looked at the sheet and just taken anything that they want?
2 seconds.
Yes. I do remember looking at that. Yeah, if you have better than second skin, I'll totally trade you.
yeah, I've got the carbon. The shit. What's it called?
Carbon skin graphite.
Flame.
The graphite
Yes.
carbon skin.
Graphite
We're
carbon
keeping
skin.
Those 2 Mark serums of healing. Mark 2 serums of healing, right? I'll just change that right now.
I'll just take those.
I'll just fix that. Don't worry, guys. I got it.
Yeah. Next time Ketch does a medicine check, he just surreptitiously slips a Mark II serum of healing out and is like, "Hey, look at that! You got so much better."
Yeah. My sleight of hand is the highest skill I have right now, so.
Actually,
All right.
Captain, once you have upgraded out of that armor, I'll buy it off of you, because you seem to be next to enemies more often than we are. We'll
Does
just
seem to
pass it
happen that way,
down.
doesn't it?
Just pass it down the chain from Gus to Sloan to Maria.
Hand
This
me
only works
down.
this one time because now I'm going into heavier stuff, Marioth.
Oh, you're right. All right.
You can keep having my hand-me-downs.
But on the
Thank
bright
I
side,
will not want this carbon skin very long at all.
I tell you what, Gus,
Armor
it is
check
very
penalty.
nice. It is very nice to have to be the only heavy armor user in the AP because all of the heavy armor drops go to you. I
Yeah, as
know
long
this
as the
from our
AP has heavy armor.
That is true. Looking at you,
that's the one
TFC.
qualifying factor, yeah.
Looking at you, Iris.
I don't want to talk about it.
All right. I am formalizing our liquidation of all this stuff. Morath does take special glee in selling that little golden statuette.
So it shall be. All right, so the day, if you all stay on your starship, passes pretty uneventfully. The Emilio and C290 come by and start doing some work to your starship. They round out some of those edges and edges, get it? Edge Corp. Hey. And then change the engine signature, change the transponder out, get you a whole new kit for that, and then we're ready to go. Your ship is no longer the Oliphant that it was. And on that note, do you all want to keep the name Oliphant?
I mean, I'm going to be making too many, look, an elephant jokes.
Yeah.
So we need to change it.
Also, it is.
Wouldn't believe us if we told them.
Also, as we discussed, it's sort of dangerous to keep the same name of the ship that you stole from a prominent megacorp.
Yes, we're changing the name on the transponder.
All right. And the name that you enter on the transponder is to be determined.
Yes.
Because we are announcing a very, very brief little, we're not going to call it contest because you can't win anything from this contest other than our undying gratitude and a name that you chose on the show. So that's winning
rights.
something.
Bragging rights. That's what
Bragging
you get.
rights. Yep, that's what I always tell my students in class when we play music games. It's like, what do we win? I'm like, bragging rights and a sense of self-accomplishment.
Sense of pride and accomplishment.
Yes.
Exactly.
So we are going to create a Google form that you all, we didn't discuss this beforehand, but I'm going to pretend like we did. We're going to create a Google form because having them scattershot
Totally discussed this.
put into, oh, well, look at me not remembering things. We're going to put this Google form into the Discord, and if it is ready by the end of the show, we will put it in the Twitch chat as well, where you can go and submit as many names as you like for our ship. I am regrettably not in control of the name of this ship, otherwise I would ban you, Drunk Fat Ninja, from calling it the Lard Lightning, the Lightning Lard, the
Lard Storm.
Lard Storm, there it is. Yeah, so I would ban that name.
Lord Storm right now.
However, this is not my
I'm pretty
ship.
sure it was Lard Thunder.
Yeah, that's right, because Grease Lightning, Lard Thunder, yeah. So, but do with it what you will. We will announce the winner at the beginning of next week's episode, next Sunday. So you have exactly 1 week. We will be announcing this, I suppose, on the Discord as well for our podcast listeners and YouTube followers. However, then that does get into the area of spoilers because, oops, we stole a ship and we need a new name for it, but you didn't know that yet because you haven't gotten there in this is the issue with Twitch stream and podcast.
We will just put hide it behind a little spoiler thing and say, hey,
you're right. Spoiler tags, absolutely.
so people have the choice.
Yes, yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, here there be spoilers. Yeah, we'll figure that.
Don't know further.
Yes. We'll figure out the specifics on the marketing when we're not streaming. But know that we need your ideas for ship names. Don't put them just scattershot in the Discord. That quickly got out of control last time when we were getting the Sterling.
Yeah, we can't keep track of that.
Yep. So you take the to be determined off of Broken Rock. Thankfully, with little to no incident, Emilio, as you all left, sort of clasped hands with Auntie Nuna and said, "You take care out there, Nuna. and keep your nose clean.
Oh, I always do.
Yeah. He chuckles and says farewell. So, very, very good. Thank you, Nick, for making that Google form. You can now find the Google form.
I totally had this ready beforehand.
Thank you, Nick, for posting that Google form that you totally had prepared beforehand. In the Twitch chat. We will put that in the Discord later. So, Simon, I think we got our over-under, our contest, our prediction, that's the word, on
right.
whether we would steal the ship or turn it into Sinjin like the good PCs.
Yeah, disappointingly, it looks like literally no one thought that we would turn it over, so this is just going to refund your channel points back.
You know, it's so funny, because now that we are out of Book 1 entirely, thank you again, BJ Hensley, for writing Book 1. The nature of running an AP is such that occasionally assumptions are made because you can't account for everything in your writing of an AP. But this AP was very sure that you all were going to turn the ship into Sinjin, and then other things were going to happen, and you were still going to become the owners of the Oliphant. I think you can imagine maybe what happened, but I'm not going to say it here. But yeah, there was a little footnote that said if they just decide to run off with the ship, then this happens instead. So you'll find out what this is at the appropriate time.
What are you saying? Sinjin might have betrayed us, and we had to fight their way off his ship?
No. Why would you suggest such a thing, Simon?
Why would you assume that about such a kind and honest person?
Yeah, he was
drow.
Yeah, he's an upstanding he's an upstanding citizen who wanted this technology to share with the wider galaxy.
Slander, I say.
He's a Robin Hood
so many
figure.
things. He encouraged us to stand up and liberate things from oppressors. He taught me that the ends justify the means. He's obviously a great man.
You know, Paizo
oh my god.
Paizo has written succubi who turn good, but I don't think they've written any drow that turn good. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I cannot think of a single. Drist is Forgotten Realms, not Paizo.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Demon turns good, but
And that's why Paizo hasn't done it, I think.
Oh. Too much like Drist, yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. No, you're not allowed to make good drow anymore. It's been it was totally overplayed.
I have heard this.
20 years, and now it's done.
All right, one person is totally capable of ruining. I mean, totally expending the social capital of an entire.
And the
like
closest
50 books. We're done.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And the closest they got to that was within the same story, which was Jarlaxle, and he was chaotic neutral.
Okay, so we don't need any of those notes now because you have taken the ship for your own. And I assume at some point you told Tarika what's going on, maybe to keep her head down back on Absalom Station.
I mean, it would be, we can send that message through to the Drift, but necessarily she's going to find out a little late.
Yeah, so I have looked this up. It is confirmed that Drift communication, like communication through the Drift, I should say, in system is 1d6 hours. So it'll definitely get there before you all arrive. And I don't know if I said this on stream, however, it was brought to my attention that Drift, you can receive communication in the Drift because that's where communication goes through, travels through to travel, faster than light. So,
yeah.
So it explained that way. It makes sense. So, y'all can receive communication through the Drift. So it shall be. But, yes. So you send the message. It does take time. If you're out of system, so from Pact Worlds to the Veskarium, it would take the normal 3d6 days or something. Yeah, it takes 3d6 days to travel to the Veskarium from the Pact Worlds. But if you're in system, it's a matter of hours. So, a matter of hours after you send your message to Tarika, you get a message back that says... you see Tarika sitting atop a padded stool in front of a cluttered workbench rolling the worm screw of her favorite trusted wrench back and forth between her webbed fingers. Well, if y'all are sure that you can keep Sinjin off your back, or, stay ahead of him, then I trust you. I did sign on with you already, so I'd be silly not to. So, y'all...
Yes, that's basically how we feel.
There's
No-
delay. Right.
Yes, there is.
Can't
There
hear
is.
you.
This is not.
I know. Mariah
Yeah,
is
but
saying it as we're
Mariah
saying
can
it.
still react.
Yes.
Yeah. So, y'all are the proud new owners of a cargo hold big enough for a stuffed Nishalora. Why don't you all book it back to Absalom Station once you're done with your business on Broken Rock? I found a job that'll light your doshko. And so she has a job for you.
That's what I like to hear.
Ooh, lit
Um,
doshkos.
While these guys are working
These
on
difficulties are
the
lit.
transponder and getting the ship fixed, Sloan would like to, knowing that we're going back to Absalom Station, find some cargo to take back with us.
Yep.
If I could. Fill those holds. Pay for these repairs.
Mm-hmm. Those massive holds. So, let me actually... You've had time to explore these null space cargo holds. Let me explain what these do for you mechanically. So, on the inside of Book 2, Merchants of the Void, the Oliphant's stat block is listed. Did I give this to you as a handout? Aha! Show to players.
Yes, good.
You have your stats, yes. So this is what you're starting with. This is a refitted Evgenia Jameson sledgehammer, medium transport, speed of 12. Maneuverability, good. Turn 1. This is a fast mother pronker. This is about as fast as one can make a ship go without Starfinder, the Starship Operations Manual. So, special abilities.
Yeah, they aren't going to be able to read that. All right, I'll just show the
My
graphic.
notebook is empty.
Yeah.
I've made it to the end of my notebook. I need a new notebook.
Oh my gosh.
No.
See, I just use Google Docs because I can never run out of pages, and also I can read it up on the screen as opposed to looking down while I'm
Yeah,
GMing.
I need more screen real estate. Gotta have paper.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. So, special abilities, the Null Space Cargo Holds. Excuse me, EdgeCorp has converted 2 of the Oliphant's expansion bays of 4? 5? You've got Arcane Lab, 2 Null Space Cargo Holds, Recreation Suite, Tech Workshop. There are 5 expansion bays on this little ship. So,
My goodness.
yes. So 2 of the Oliphant's expansion bays in the back of the ship have been converted into 1 continuous null space cargo hold, which is, with 2 combined, 4 times as big on the inside as a normal cargo hold. 1 null space cargo hold can contain 50 tons of goods instead of 25, for a total of 100 tons in the Oliphant's combined hold. For the purposes of holding huge objects, the null space cargo hold counts as 4 continuous cargo holds instead of 2. This extra cargo space is represented by the dotted blue rectangles on the Oliphant deck plans on the inside back cover. You don't have the map, the floor plan for the ship yet, but I assure you it is there, and it's pretty cool. So, but that's enough excitement for one day. What was that, Leaf?
Are we going to get it?
Oh, yeah. You don't need it yet.
No worries.
Yeah. No, it is planned. Never fear.
I want to see.
I know. It is. Yeah. Maybe on the break, I'll put it in a handout for you all, so you can. Just
You're
take a
good. You're
look.
good.
No, but it is cool. So,
Go ahead.
Jet, you're coming in quiet.
Oh, I was gonna say, with the way that this ship is shaped, I keep wanting to say Mjolnir because it looks.
It does look like a hammer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a good name.
Uh-oh. So.
Add it to the list.
Yeah. Add it to the list.
We never said that the crew can't also suggest names.
That is very true.
Didn't that guy say it was a sledgehammer class, so it fits?
Yeah. So Nick said that Sloan wanted to, let's go to book 1. No, let's go to Fly Free or Die. I need to pull up the cargo trading rules. Eventually I'm just going to have these pronkers memorized, I bet. But until that point. Someday. Until that point, I will open up
We'll get
book
there.
1 for these galactic trading rules that they introduced in book 1. Very, very cool. So, you all start looking for, and we'll say this, you actually do this during the day that Emilio is working on your ship. You're no longer the Oliphant. So go ahead and make me a diplomacy or proficient merchant smuggler check. And anybody who is helping would can give a +1 without a check.
Helping.
right.
So now, I would like to remind you that I can re-roll this before the outcome is revealed. So let me look at it before you tell me anything.
My lips are sealed, and everybody else.
I'm
Helping.
re-rolling that.
That is a
Helping.
wise choice. All right,
I rolled
excellent.
a natural 1 on the first one, so I re-rolled it with my free trader ability, and I got a 19 for a total of 28.
Oh my goodness. All right, so we had Nuna helping, Ketch helping. Do Gus and Marayoth help as well?
We can try. Oh,
You
right,
don't
right.
have to make-
thing where we succeed.
Yeah, if he could, Gus would help. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's feeling
yep.
pretty. He's riding high on that juicer.
Yeah. I tell you what, I will always go under the assumption, because it's a free check, it's a free +1 to the thing. I will operate under the assumption that you all are helping Sloan, unless you are preoccupied by some activity, because it feels silly for me to go around the
not
horn.
helping. Just assume we are otherwise.
Yes, I like that.
Marayoth
So-
will probably have to.
That way you
say
can feel more
honest-
negative, you know.
Yes.
While looking for leads, though, Marayoth and Gus will probably need to stay together for safety.
Oh my
They are
god.
two buttercups who are too good for this world, too pure.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
precious
so you can
So-
drape yourself over me like a cloak. It'll look super cool.
Most people have described the sensation of us landing on their exposed flesh as uncomfortable.
Yeah,
We
I
are
don't
willing
think
to
it's
do
gonna,
it. We just wanted to warn you.
I don't think it's gonna feel worse than whatever's going on inside my body.
Yeah. Gus is
Alright,
really
we can-
used to like
And we'll
thousands
briefly
of little
flash to like the
crumbs.
scene. Sorry, Liz, I didn't mean
Sorry,
to
go
talk
on.
over you.
No,
I was gonna
please.
say we briefly flash to the scene where he pulls off the the carbon skin to give to Sloane, and you can just see like bits of like nanites, like tubes of them, just starting to spread across his torso and like take over his upper body.
Uh-huh. So let's see. You got a total of a 34 on that profession smuggler check, with a 19 on the die and 4 aids from your friends. The DC for this check is 10 plus 1.5 times your character level. You pronking crushed it.
Yeah.
This is not Pathfinder 2. So if it were, you would. Twice over, in fact, because you got a 34 and the DC's 14. But that's not a mechanic in Pathfinder 2 even. So, importantly, on a success, you find 1d4 lots of cargo that you can buy. The cargo can't be split up. All of the lots must be bought together. The cargo's total buy price equals 1d4 times the number of lots. For every 5 by which the result of your check exceeds the DC, you can increase or decrease the amount of cargo by 1 lot. So let's see what you find, shall we? We've got...
What do we find? What do we find?
You find
More bobbleheads.
a single lot of cargo. I got a 1 on the D4. However, you may increase this to any number. You can increase this by a total of 4, up to 4 more. However, before you increase it up to 4, let's find out what the buying price would be. Because we'll flavor this by, okay, we can move X amount because this will cost you BP up front to take. So
BP do we have on hand?
check your loot sheet. You just spent 4 on Emilio fixing
there
up
we
your...
We're down to 9. I subtracted the 4.
Got it.
Oh, you're down to... Oh, that's right, because you got your severance packages in Fleam. Yeah. You're already ahead on what the AP assumes, because they don't assume that players are going to just take cargo everywhere they go. But
We're good
again,
merchants. What can I say?
yeah, you're working that hustle.
I'm also
hustlers.
almost certain they didn't expect us to make those obscene checks to get our severance packages either.
Only 2 of us did.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't
Yeah,
the
that was
characters
wild.
we thought would make it.
Yeah, the guys in
food you
Expanse.
shouldn't have.
The guys in Expanse just never pick up cargo. It probably has something to do with them running for their lives from every station that they ever leave.
Still gotta watch The Expanse. All right. So
Or
the
read the book.
buy
It's
price...
Fantastic.
Yeah, books take a lot more time, but I am running out of Brandy Sandy books to read,
They
so
are like
I'll probably.
1,000 pages a piece. It's like the Game of Thrones of space opera.
Mhm.
How does one run out of
All right.
Brandy Sandy books? There's so many of them.
Oh, you can
you
do
would
it.
think
They're
that.
not long.
Yeah. So
Anyway, this
back to
is
the cargo. Yes.
cargo.
Back to the cargo. You the build point price, BP price of each lot is going to be 2 BP. So the cargo's total buy price is 2 times the number of lots. Currently it is 2. You could increase it by up to 4 lots. Now, however, you only have
So we'll buy 4 lots for 8 build points.
yes, because that'll also fill your cargo holds up, and
Nice.
because each each lot is 50 tons, you can hold 200 tons with your null space cargo holds. So, yeah. Now, let's
We can hold
see.
how much? 50 tons with our cargo holds?
50 tons per null space. 100 tons per null space cargo hold
We
for a
got
total of 200.
Nice.
You can
That's
hold
perfect.
200 tons. Yes. Now, audience, I'm looking to you. What are our friends buying today? What are our friends shipping? We'll give you a minute to figure that out as I figure something else out here. Let's see.
We should really compile a list.
Hey Tom,
Yeah. What's
I
up,
just
Jet?
looked at the Elephant. I looked at the Elephant sheet, and
Yeah.
it says one of the cargo holds can hold 50 tons instead of the normal 25, for a total of 100 tons on the combined ship. The combined hold for the
Oh.
ship.
Did I mistake that then? Thank you. Right. Okay. Yeah. So you can actually only fit 2.
Well, I guess we're only taking 2.
Yeah. You're limited by
Sorry.
your space. No, Jet. Thank you very much. It would not do for you all to just take
Hold on.
way more cargo than you can fit. What's up, Leif?
How much did these weigh? What we're buying per lot?
50 tons.
A 50-ton lot.
Okay.
So we can take
Okay.
2.
I was just confused there because I thought we were buying 8 initially. Okay.
No, Nick had said 8 build points because that would be the total cost for 4 lots.
Oh man, you'd think playing Mathfinder that I'd be better at basic addition and subtraction, but
No. Sometimes you're
I just let all those numbers wash over me. I trust you guys.
Yeah,
that's my
that's fair.
secret. I'm always bad at math.
So
I'm here for flavor text.
I'm gonna pluck from the chat Skittermander plushies. You all get just a prunk
100
load of
tons.
100 tons of Skittermander plushies.
Wow.
So that is 2 lots that you can ship.
That'll
And
be 4 build points.
Yep, 4 build points.
Plushies.
Yep, go ahead and deduct that
Someone's
from
in the
your
box.
yes.
Simon is in the box.
So you assuming average.
Starfighter.
Okay.
Space opera and spreadsheets.
I like to imagine
Yes.
that the guys who are like driving up the supplies come up to the ship and they're like, "Oh, that won't fit," and then the hangar doors slide open, and then they're like, "Oh, I guess it will somehow."
It just
Yeah.
stretches
Bigger
to
on the
infinity.
inside.
Yeah, you get like one raised eyebrow if anybody ever comes up to your ship to like deliver the goods, but maybe you cram them into, because your ship has more than the 2 expansion bays that it takes for those null space cargo holds. So people just assume that you have nothing but cargo space on your ship. So we're gonna, as you're loading your ship. And they tell you where these are gonna go. Let's see. Luckily for you, these do need to go in system. However, these are not going to go to Absalom Station. That was a very rare
Oh, no.
chance.
That's
You know what?
Oh,
Can I use my extra?
I've rolled a 1 on the D10. I am not kidding. The 1 on the D10 is there's a table. destinations. A 1 is Absalom Station. 2 to 4 is a different world in the same star system. 5 to 7 is a world in near space. 8 to 10 is a world in the vast. I was going to do what I thought was the benevolent thing and say, okay, well, I'm not going to roll the die because I want this to stay in system, but I have rolled the die, and you know what? You're going to Absalom Station.
Woo-hoo.
Yes. So, that'll teach me to play God and not roll the dice. So, you all are going to Absalom Station. There's a buyer. We'll say it is these are going to be rebranded into Star Sugar Heart Love. No, Strawberry Machine Cake. I always mix the two up because the one's the album, the other's the band. These are going to be rebranded into Strawberry Machine Cake plushies for Skittermanders. But, so they want these on Absalom Station. As you are loading them up onto your ship, Gus, who would be loading things onto the ship, would we say? Gus, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Auntie Nuna's going to be there, like, supervising.
Mm-hmm.
Marias is used to doing it, but if you need just one person, then Gus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, not just one person. As many people as want to be involved.
Yeah. No,
so
I imagine we all still pitch in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great. Then I will roll a d10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Catch tries to make something up about needing to like do some work on the engines, but I imagine nobody buys it and they all force Catch to help out.
Factory fresh. What worked to the
Grabs
engines?
him by the back of the collar. Nope.
What are you doing?
Exactly.
He has super critical work to do on the engine.
You stay
So-
away from the guys working on the engine.
Gus, always
Don't need your help.
So, Catch, as you go back to loading the ship, the crates onto the ship, one of they're stacked up pretty high. A stack of the crates, unfortunately, tips over, and I need you to make me a, let's say, athletics or acrobatics check. I will let you make either one
Oh, you got it.
to dive out of the way.
17 on acrobatics.
Oh, it was just for Catch.
Oh, just for Catch.
Yes, this is just for Catch. So Catch got a 14 on that check, because, yeah, I mean, he's a mechanic. He's not actually good at the physical skills in general. So, Catch, the crates fall on top of you, and we're going to say you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you're just sort of battered and the crates crack open and they go everywhere. You are muted, by the way.
Oh. All you've missed is exasperated oh no's, and it's a 14, so you didn't miss out on much.
Okay. All right, cool. So yes, the crates fall over. Catch gets sort of bombarded in a mountain of Skittermander plushies, and the crates are the actual heavy part, really. And then the rest of the loading goes pretty uneventfully.
Drunken flea! Oh, my leg! My leg!
Out of curiosity,
can't load anymore.
Out of curiosity, like how atypical is this?
What, the crates falling over?
Yeah, like I guess I'm made paranoid by Ghost's comment in this Twitch chat whether the ship is haunted. Like, are disasters happening at roughly the rate that we would expect it to happen?
Oh yeah, Fleam happens. This you are not given any reason to think that this is a haunting or anything like that.
Good.
Yeah.
For now.
Yes.
Who knows with these weird ships?
Yeah. I mean, it's got like a null space cargo hold, like all sorts of weird extra dimensional stuff could happen. But probably not happening yet. So
Probably.
all right, so you've paid
Happening yet.
You've paid for your repairs. Oh, did I say yet? You've paid for your cargo, and you're heading back to Absalom Station in earnest this time. So
Tommy,
why were there Skittermander plushies on the pirate fortress in the middle of the diaspora?
because
They were just there.
They raided a different cargo ship.
No,
yeah,
they're
someone stole them. I had to get rid of them. They were
Yeah,
hot.
that's fair.
yeah.
Those plushes are hot.
Yeah. Jet, what's up?
Oh, Gus would have done treat deadly wounds on Catch, and I think I succeeded.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Did Catch take hit point damage?
No, Catch didn't take hit point damage.
Oh, the one time I succeeded.
But he'll he's gonna accept it, and he's going to hammer it like he did, so he can get out of work.
Oh my god.
Malingerer.
Uh-huh. All right.
Wrath gets a 5 on sentiment and totally buys it.
Oh, hold on, yeah. My PvP roll for the day. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's a 25 to bluff you all to think I'm really hurt.
Oh no. Catch, let us carry you to a gurney.
Marath, I need your help over here. It's an emergency.
Oh my god.
Clone.
Catch might be dying.
Oh man.
How did we all buy
Everyone
this?
catch.
Everyone buys it.
Catch is like, no, it's just my ankle. I think it's broken. I'd better go inside and take care of it.
Marath, prep for surgery.
We don't need. Oh god, it feels more like a really bad spray.
Every constituent puts on a teal hat and gloves.
All right, I'm gonna go in, and Gus's hand starts morphing into weird surgical tools.
Oh no. Don't touch us, we're sterile. Oh god. All right. So you go to Absalom Station. It takes you 1 day to make it there. Incredibly. Man, I'm rolling real low on these relatively important rolls for you all. So yeah. So you get there. You get to Absalom Station, and once you arrive, you get another message from Tarika telling you to head to Docking Bay 87. Docking, not talking. Docking Bay 87.
All right.
Quick search on the infosphere tells you that this is a loading zone reserved for starships traveling to and from Eox. So the question I have is, would you all like to sell your cargo before you take on this new job, or what do you think?
Yeah, we should get the cargo holds emptied in case we need to take off fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you tell her, give us a day, and because it'll take you a day to find a buyer, and as a result, we will delve into the find buyer downtime activity, which is once again a profession smuggler check, DC 15 plus 1.5 times your level.
All right. I reserve the right to re-roll this.
As you do. Ooh.
That is a 27. I'm going to keep that.
Plus all of our
18
mods.
on the die.
All of our assistants.
Plus 4 assists.
Yeah. Yep.
Total.
Of 31. Oh, no, sorry. The assists are plus 1, not plus 2. Yes.
Fair enough.
I like to think it's balanced because they're free assists without having to roll a die.
They are free, yes. That's totally fair.
So a 31 on this check. The DC is 15 plus 1.5 times your level, which is 3, so 18. Yeah. Nope, 19. DC 19, because 1.5 times 3 is 4.5, rounded down is 4. So DC 19 versus 31 is 24, 29. You have beaten this DC by 10.
Nice.
On a success, you find someone willing to buy your cargo for the sell price, as determined by me. For every 5 by which your check exceeds the DC, increase the sell price of the cargo by 1 BP per lot. You have, reminder, 2 lots, so you will be able to increase increase it by 2 BP per lot. Yes. So keep it at 2 for now, just because there's going to be more per lot calculations later. So do me a favor, write that down. So let's see. So this is going to cost you. Nope. Where's my thing? I don't want to know about spending bill points. There we go. Okay. So, cargo sell price. You find, we'll say this time, you find a Raikrichi merchant who is at a much more bubbly storefront than you found in the on Broken Rock. They're wearing a bright pink strawberry machine cake shirt, and sort of you see barren shelves. They are waiting for these Skittermander plushies to be sold. So they say, "Oh yes, come in," and chitter excitedly at you, and you begin haggling. So the price for these is going to be, I roll a d8. Actually, Nick, I'll let you as the lead in this. Why don't you roll me a d8, and let's see what you
got
get.
it, boss. 6.
Ooh, that's a good number, because that means 6 is the starting number for the sell price per lot. So we're starting at 6. Now, since this was we're gonna add a transport modifier into this, just walking you all through this how this system works. Your destination was another world in this system, or Absalom Station. So the base sell price modifier is -2 build points per lot. So we're gonna take 6, go down to 4, and then that's it. So you have, but then you've also gotten to increase the sell point. So
By 2 per lot, which brings us
by
back
2.
to 6.
Yes. Yep. So you are selling these for 6 build points per lot. That is wild.
We get 12 build points.
Yes. And they say, a pleasure doing business with you. And take out, one of the Skittermander plushies and start just squeezing it a little bit excitedly, and then puts it back in the crate. And they begin doing what they're going to do with those. So you have successfully sold some cargo. Excellent work. Now,
Yes.
let's go
That 8
to
build point profit, guys.
Nice.
yeah, pretty decent. So why don't we go to Docking Bay 87 to pick up with Tarika? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once our stuff is sold.
Mhm.
How long did it take us to get back to Absalom Station for the sake of
1 day.
hit points?
1 day.
1 day.
Yes,
So
one
we're
day.
up to 17 build points. Is that what I'm hearing?
You just made 12 on a sale.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So 12 plus whatever we had after purchasing that.
Yes.
I don't know how many we spent to purchase those 2 lots.
It was
It's already been accounted for on the sheet.
4 build points. It should be in there.
okay. If it's already accounted for, then it's already accounted for. Yeah, you might want
so
to.
I figured this would be a problem. So before we move forward, who's going to be the official build point tracker? Because if multiple people are going to do it, it's going to be too confusing.
Agreed.
I can do that. So we spent 4 for the 2 lots, correct? Which would have knocked us
already been
down to
accounted for on the
5.
sheet.
Right, but he needs to know how much to add, because that means that our revenue was 16.
I thought 12. Isn't that?
No, profit was 12.
No, profit was not
we
12.
got
I mean,
12.
you
Got
let
12.
you spent 4 on Broken Rock. You then get
Yes.
to buy the stuff. Now you have gained 12 from selling the same stuff on Absalom Station.
Okay.
So just add 8.
Right. So I'm not crazy. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you're
I
good.
was
You're
crazy.
good. Yes, you might. I see Jet in our Series 4 chat said, and I agree that you might want to work out a more something similar to
An itemized list,
an itemized list. Yes, but as long as that is taken care of, then we will move on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to grind things to a halt, but
No.
I knew if we didn't figure it out now.
No, that was important. That needed to be determined.
Yes. So Jet is the one true keeper of truth when it comes to build points for the crew. It is so decided. So
It's the job of the safety officer, after all.
that's true.
Safety
I'm
officer.
I'm the cargo handler.
Yeah. So for bookkeeping on my end, it took you a day to get those repairs done, a day to travel back to Absalom Station, and a day to find a buyer, because the find a buyer activity is a downtime activity taking 1 day. No reason in particular, it's just good for me, the GM, to know exactly how many days you spend on everything in your entire lives. So, you meet with Tarika you head to Docking Bay 87 to meet with Tarika. The entrance to Docking Bay 87 is a wide airlock door set into a wall of reinforced glass, which has reinforced bunkers attended by undead Elibrians. Beyond the glass walls, a line of docking segments connect to a single long walkway exposed to the vacuum of space, where undead dock workers come and go. While most of the docked vessels have ashen hulls resembling monstrous rib cages, a destroyed luxury liner bearing signs of battle damage languishes in a nearby segment. Tarika converses with one of the corpse folk working the airlock checkpoints as you all approach. When she sees you, she lets out a small squeal, then runs towards you all and says, "Oh, it's so nice to see y'all living and breathing." She'll, run through and shake each of your hands and give Ketch a small hug.
Ketch gives her a hug instead of shaking her hand.
Of course. And
Marias will obligingly form into an approximate hand shape.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yep. So she, once the greetings are done, she points toward the wrecked luxury liner in this bay. Believe it or not, that unfortunate wreck is our next meal ticket. The Harlequin's Prayer was a Versite starliner. Got popped by pirates. Hull burst. Killed almost everyone on board. Sad, but how does that keep us in credits? Well, I found a buyer on Vesk 2 looking for 50 tons of black hearts. Those are necrografts, strips of dead flesh you can get attached to your insides to, ignore stuff that kills us living folks, like vacuum and radiation. And where do we get enough corpsicles for all those necrografts? You guessed it. She gestures dramatically to the wrecked luxury liner. There's a broker named Roche who handles stuff like this. She's at the Revenant Urge, a club here on the station. So
as in we're collecting hearts from people who died on the destroyed ship?
Oh, no. So, I don't really... Grim. Well, I'm not going to lie and tell you this ain't grim, but the way I understand necrographs work, it's not literally it's more just like strips of undead flesh. It's flesh that's sort of... I don't really know how it works, but I don't think you're just going to take the hearts out of the people and put them in boxes and call it good. There's more of a process to it.
Yeah, it's actually not necrographs unless it's from the necrograph region of France. Otherwise, it's just sparkling grave robbing.
We're still a little confused about this. So there's a bunch of corpses in the ship, and we're taking off their skin.
No.
Are we doing that, or are we just transporting it?
Now, I know what you're thinking. This is really grim. I'm not gonna lie to you when I say this is not great. However, we wouldn't be the first ones to profit off of this tragedy. There were a couple of goblins that came by apparently that took the drift drive off the engine because it was sort of malfunctioning, I guess. The dock workers were telling me that the goblins already made off with the engine. In a legal sense, I say made off. That makes it sound like they stole it, but they bought it real cheap because it was malfunctioning. Now you should know that these people, everybody on the ship, signed some sort of they call it a corpse lease, and what that does is, from what I understand, it's like being an organ donor, but for your whole body, and it generally it's a practice that EOX uses a lot, or necrografters in particular, where if you die, then they get your body because you don't need it, right? These people don't need it. What happened to them is sad, but who knows what these black hearts are going to be used for? Maybe they'll help.
They've already lost all consciousness. What purpose do they have for their old body?
Exactly, Marayoth. Exactly. That's kind of the way that you got to look at this, because it's just business at this point.
Yeah, they ain't using them meat suits anymore. We can don't worry about it, Mary.
We are not worried. We recycle all of our constituents.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, if each constituent only has a lifespan of like a couple of days or whatever, either they drop those little corpses and just have to, or they recycle them.
Also, each individual constituent does not even have a soul, so there's nothing to even be attached to it, to body.
And I don't like the idea of a trail of dead bugs following Marioth everywhere he goes.
Oh no, they are swiftly incorporated.
I think technically I'm currently being recycled, just very slowly.
Auntie Nuna will say,
So we don't have to worry about family members wanting to claim their loved one.
Oh, no. Again, all these people just sort of, they signed their corpses over in life. I won't pretend to understand it, but at the same time, people get desperate. Sometimes things like this are the difference between living on the streets or living in an apartment. Of course, they were on a luxury cruiser, so I don't think these people were necessarily that desperate.
In terms of desperate acts, signing away your body after you no longer need it doesn't seem as bad as others that I have encountered. We have encountered.
Oh, all right.
So there is, of course, always the fear that once you have signed over someone, you have signed your body over to somebody, that person might want to expedite things themselves.
Oh, adverse incentives, yes.
Now, there hasn't been talk of foul play here, but well, aside from the whole. Let me walk that back. They're saying that the ship was taken out by Tremeshkin Karva, also known as the Razor, who is a free captain. So.
Do I know that name?
hey,
You could
Notorious
make.
Space. That's a nat 20, and I reduced the DC to know about Notorious Space Pirates by 5.
Oh, you super know the name Tremeshka the Razor Karva. They are a female Shirin pirate, feared captain, known for their ferocity and taking no quarters. So, yeah, as Tarika is telling you about this, you can look up on the infosphere, and yeah, you see some news articles with Tremeshkin's face on them, news bulletins all over, featuring the face of this killer, this pirate captain who killed all of these people. Almost more than 1,000 people on this ship is what they're saying. So,
why did they do it? Did they take credit too?
I think we're getting a little too wrapped up in the why and not enough in the ka-ching.
Oh.
Sounds like a decent job, Tarika.
yeah, they're the buyer's not interested in telling us who they are until we arrive. But and they've advertised this job, I should say. I should warn you, they've advertised this job across the Pact Worlds. Whichever crew tracks down the cargo and delivers fastest gets the prize. It is a big prize, though. She elaborates that the mysterious buyer is offering 20 build points for completion of this job, which will draw some competition, for sure.
so
Wow.
there's a
Sounds like
ship.
Somewhere in space, yeah.
Okay, so it's not like here in the dock. We can't see it. I had imagined that
The ship, like the ship of dead people?
Mm-hmm.
You are standing next to the ship of dead people in the docking bay.
then
You
what-
are not going to be. So the process will be the dead bodies on the ship are going to be processed into black hearts.
Okay. Where does the race come into it?
Because this is an opportunity to fill that job. The ship of dead people is not necessarily directly connected to you getting this job.
Someone put out
you need
a order for X amount of black hearts or necrographs or whatever, And Tarika managed to land us this connection to this ship that is full of dead people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the supplier is unique to us, but the buyer might have other competing orders.
Precisely.
Might have other competing. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
that makes sense now. Got it.
Okay, yeah. I empathize entirely with you. But yeah, because it's easy to see these as two linked events, but they are not necessarily linked. Nick, what's up?
Riga, do you think we have time to do a quick upgrade before we take off here? Especially if it cuts down on our drift travel time?
Yeah, I meant to talk to you about that. You remember those 3 goblins I was talking about? They took the drift drive from the ship. They actually had a signal booster drift engine, which is, that'd be a big step up from the basic drift engine in most starships, including your fancy new, to be determined.
Our fancy new ship. Yeah.
Your fancy new ship.
Because then we get to divide our drift travel time in half.
Yeah, that would make a huge difference, I think, if you can track down a signal booster engine.
And we only need 10 build points, right?
Mm-hmm.
How big is the Oliphant?
Medium.
Yeah, the Oliphant is medium. Yeah. So, I'm getting some echo from Simon.
Medium is 3. Oh, we need 15.
We have 17.
We have 17, so we can still do it. Yeah.
I tell you what, though, it might be worth it. I know you're highfalutin, taking cargo left and right, but it might be worth it to track down those goblins. Might be worth your time. See if you can buy the drift engine off of them. Space goblins are pretty resourceful. They might already have that one fixed up, and they might sell it to you at a discount.
Mariath does a quick life science on space.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Roll your life science on space goblins.
Do the life science.
Space goblins are hobgoblins, but shorter.
You're pretty sure.
Do you know, are these goblins on station?
Yeah, they couldn't have gone far with it. I heard they were heading back to the heap. And you all know that the heap is a vast junkyard on Absalom Station. So it's not too far away. Wouldn't take you much time at all.
Cat, you want to help me deal with these space goblins?
Oh,
You
of
don't
course.
want us to
You know
come
I
with?
know how to handle them. Little pointy-eared bastard or fleamers.
Oh no.
It shouldn't take the whole crew to convince some space goblins to sell us an engine.
I think
Okay.
I could use a bit of a constitutional, if you don't mind.
All right.
Besides, Gus Morath, while you're gone, you can start loading up those black hearts.
You don't have the
Get a
black
job.
hearts yet. You need to. I am sorry if I didn't make this clear, but you need to talk to a broker called Richet to get the black hearts to then bring to your buyer. So
Alright.
that might actually be the first spot that you all want to go to.
Yeah, if we want to make sure these are secured.
Yeah.
Not
And-
a terrible plan.
And that sounds like a pretty good place for us to take our break for the day, as we are approaching the hour. So, what do you say, friends? Why don't we take a 15-minute break, come back at 6 after?
Yeah,
Sure.
sounds like a plan.
Sure.
All right. We will be back at 6 minutes after the hour, 7 minutes after the hour now. It's 1:52. Don't go anywhere, folks. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a nice break. I had a halo, not like this kind of halo, but I had an orange. Are they tangerines? Nectar? I don't know.
I've never.
It was orange
Mandarins.
and citrusy. Mandarin. Okay, yeah. It was orange and citrusy and tasty, and small enough for me to eat in the time that I had.
Yeah, I know
But
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, welcome back. Hope everybody had a nice break. Last time on non-standard action, 15 minutes ago or so, our heroes had just been given a job to do. So let's get back to it. So Tarika has given you the lowdown on there's a buyer. They want 50 tons of black hearts. You don't know why. You don't know necessarily where they are. But that she has connected you with Riche, or told you to go find this Riche, a broker, and more specifically, she gives you a broker of undead things, necrographs and the like. So Tarika gives you directions to a club called the Revenant Urge, a club in the down low section of Absalom Station, which is where you'll meet your contact, Riche Tolvarin. Riche may have what we need already on hand, and if not, she'll know how to get them. Sorry I can't be of more help, but, corpse trading is kind of a niche market. So, Riche should know more things.
What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly. Now, once you've secured the black hearts, just let me know, and I'll get the exact location of our buyer. So, as you're going, would you all like to find out more about this Harlequin's Prayer? We seemed a little concerned about it.
A little bit unsure. Auntie Nuna's going to definitely want to do a background check or so.
All right, go ahead and make me this will be a diplomacy check to gather information on the Harlequin's Prayer incident. Ooh.
That's a
I do
23.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold your checks. A 23 is as high as we needed. So, Nuna goes out and takes some time to check on the Harlequin's Prayer incident, and hears many things. Dock workers remember 3 goblins who took the signal booster to the Heap, a junkyard in Bot Scrap, a section of Absalom Station. The engine was broken, so the goblins got it for cheap. You already know about Tremeshkin the Razor Carva, a notorious Sheeran space pirate and free captain who attacked the ship. News bulletins all over the docking bay feature the Sheeran's face. The Harlequin's Prayer had thousands of passengers, including the ship's owner, Verthani fashion mogul Otan Sema. Sema was in debt to Blackwind Engineering, who now owns the ship and leads the salvage operation. Blackwind sold the dead bodies to a specialized broker, Riche Tolvarin. And finally, although the stewards blame Tremeshkin Karva for the tragedy, and the ship did sustain some weapon damage, dock workers insist that only an internal explosion could have caused the kind of damage dealt to the ship's interior.
I don't like to hear that.
A traitor from within.
Vice?
Certainly somebody with a motive to make passengers into corpses. I don't like that at all.
What's the plan, Captain?
We're supposed to meet this broker, right?
Yep, so...
what do I know about this broker? I have the right to re-roll this.
Uh-huh.
Because this is, other merchants, yeah?
Sure, yeah. So, you've got a 22.
12. I will keep it.
Okay. How many times do you get to re-roll that?
3 times a day.
Okay, cool. And you have not used it today. So, all right. So, what you know of Riche Tolvarin is not terribly much. She is a local broker. Seems to sort of operate out of the Revenant Urge. Yeah, beyond that, I'll tell you what, she is they're a Fey race. Come on now. I had it.
Deals with Fae. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Not only a Fey, a very interesting kind of Fey. I swear I wrote it down somewhere.
But where?
But where indeed?
One of them wacky space fae.
Yeah, they're lunar. They're in Alien Archive 3 or something, or Alien Archive 2. Riche. It's gonna bother me.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So Riche is.
I wonder if it's related to Rashadium.
The only fae that starts with R are like Revi.
Oh no, Riche is her name. Lucandrian. Riche is a Lucandrian. So we'll say Sloane knows of the Lucandrians. They are as I said, connected to the Fae race. Typically peaceful, they often travel the galaxy in search of fun, new experiences and scholarly interests. Notably, they typically have silvery white eyes, reminiscent of the moon, and skin tones in pastel sort of colors, typically blues or purples. So
Nice.
they're pretty cool.
They're the crystal gems from Steven Universe.
Never watched it.
Gosh, Tom, you're missing out.
Yeah, I
Culture,
know.
Tom.
I'm just a cultureless slob. What can I say? I don't know why you all are friends with me.
I
all
mean,
the TV I've missed out on.
you know,
Hard.
I guess it's just that we tolerate you. You know, it's not really.
Yeah. My heart.
We love you, Tom.
Okay, so anyway, that's what you know about
no cry.
Lucandrians. I'm sorry. So
No cry, only love.
So, you know where the Revenant Urge is. You know this Riche Tolvarin has access or connections to 50 tons of black hearts. You want to head there?
Yeah?
Yeah. Or at least
Excellent.
turn bodies into black hearts.
Yes. And if she can't, she knows somebody who can. So, you all arrive outside the Revenant Urge. The Revenant Urge's aesthetic combines the haunting and traditional with the ultramodern and chic. The building resembles a macabre cathedral decorated with a towering spire at each corner and flying buttresses, pointed arches, and ornate columns of onyx and black marble. The entrance is an oversized door of coppery metal framed by pillars of bone and adamantine and the ribs of a giant undead beast. Above the door, a circular rose window made of holographic crystal projects the silhouette of the goddess Urgathoa, depicted as a woman with a skeletal lower half dancing with a scythe. The acrid odor of burning plastic and chemical solvents lingers in the air, and the pulse of muffled bass throbs behind the door.
So the skeleton that formed the ribcage, it's an undead. So that means that like that skeleton is not dead. So is it like hanging out?
I guess I did say that it was a giant undead beast, didn't I?
Or is it the
Yeah.
remains of an
AP.
undead beast?
It's possible
It's even
that it's the
creepier if
remains
it's
of
Does it
an
animate.
resemble a dead beast, or is it an undead beast?
No, I like this. I've headcanon accepted. It is a live, gigantic beast that everyone is partying inside of.
Yeah, you'll see. I tell you what, you'll see the building occasionally shift a little bit. And
Like that episode
it
of
seems-
Adventure Time.
yeah, it seems
creepy at
that
all.
it is not quite. It is not quite sentient, but it is not quite inactive either. So
The description
Very
of
large
Urgathoa.
Got it.
The description of Urgathoa made me think of like them using the scythe as a stripper pole to dance.
God
Yeah,
damn
pretty
it.
the double door
Our project.
opens to a vaulted hall. 7 floors with open balconies overlook a crowded dance floor, along with one more floor at the building's summit. Gigantic speakers blare hypertronic sludge house. Floating above the crowds of dancers, undead dancers whirl about in hover cages while brandishing bladed weapons or caressing dangerous animals. The patrons themselves, mostly undead, writhe and contort to the music, illuminated by flashing strobes. A few clubbers jump from bungee cords tethered to the upper floors, their silhouettes bouncing in and out of view. Each of the 4 spires that anchor the building contains a lavish elevator with walls made of holographic crystal. When you enter the building, you see a robotic squawks near the entrance rise up on its hind legs and stare at you. After a moment, it scampers off through the crowd toward the bar.
I'm allergic.
It's a robot.
Yes, we like this location.
It's pretty great, huh? Let's hit the
this a
dance
place-
floor, Marayoth.
Is this a place where we are going to get stabbed, Auntie Nuna?
It seems less likely than on Tortuga or Space
Broken
Tortuga. Broken Rock.
It's not entirely out of the question.
Broken Tortuga.
Just don't
Maria,
let anybody.
Claude says with a smile that might make you a little bit uncomfortable.
Marayoth, I'll teach you one of the dances that's popular in my family. Let's go.
Oh yes, let us do that.
Oh god, yes.
Claude will make her way to the bar.
Okay, perfect.
Catch it sticking with Sloan on this one.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Nuna?
Oh, totally. She's always by Sloan unless she's doing something like unusual.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, alright, so we'll get to the bar in a second. Maria and Gus, though, of course, this is the main event. This is why we play this AP, is this dance scene right here. So I want Gus and Marayoth, what are you doing on this dance floor as you're just sort of, you press into this contorting mass of undead bodies?
It's a classic mosh pit.
Not
I feel
quite
like
moshing, but there's
feel
just
like
a
Gus
lot of people here.
dances to the beat of his own drum, and he definitely is trying to teach Marayoth the Morris dance on this floor. But he's big enough that people that like he can run into people, and they will probably have to get out of his way rather than the other way around.
And Marayoth is small enough that if there isn't enough space to do the dance, Marayoth can just sort of like mold around someone who gets in the way.
Yeah.
And they're undead, so maybe they don't even mind. They don't have nerve endings.
Using fun and exciting new ways, finding exciting new ways to use compression.
Oh yes.
He passes
All
through
right.
the ribcage of some.
think
They pass
undead-
through the rib.
Oh yeah, dancing inside of an undead thing that's dancing inside of an undead thing.
Oh God! All right, so
Gus accidentally like knocks somebody, and their jawbone just kind of goes skittering across the floor, and they have to go get it. Like,
What would be
So-
great is if we could actually get some other creatures to join in, because they're old enough, because they're undead, that they remember that when it was popular.
I don't know, man. The galaxy's really old.
But
Gus, why
memories
don't you
aren't.
make me? Why don't you make me? There's no performance check in this system. Give me what check do you think makes the most sense for a dance-off, or to entice other people to join your dance? Those are two very different things.
Probably just raw charisma, which is a flat 10 for me. Like, I'll roll a d20 and that'll be what
Make
it
me
is.
a charisma check, Gus.
Oh yeah, way better than I thought.
Yeah. Well, Ghost, not everybody takes profession dance. Unlike
For everyone
unlike a certain
listening at
operative
home.
I know.
for everyone listening at home, Gus rolled a 7.
Yeah, that's a 7. So, Marayoth, make me your charisma check, for you are also doing the dance of Gus's people.
Oh, can Marayoth do an acrobatics check? Because, like, dancing is kind of nimbly-pimbly.
Sure, yeah, because you're not necessarily trying to entice other people into dancing. You're just trying to perform the dance yourself.
Yeah, and trying to
I will
learn the
allow
dances of the people around them.
Yes.
Oh, 19. Plus 4 if
So-
this counts as an escape.
Very nimble.
No.
I mean, it's escapism.
Escapism and escape are not the same thing.
No, super not.
I
Yeah, that's why they're two
I
different
disagree
words.
there, but I'm not the GM, so.
So Gus does not succeed in pulling anybody into his dance, except Marayoth, who is already a willing participant. So Gus definitely does the dance, and I'm not making him roll a check to perform the dance. I'm just, because I trust Gus to know this dance. So Gus starts, stomping his hooves and pushing people out of the way and stuff, and then Marayoth manages to actually follow along quite nicely, I think, with a 19 acrobatics check. So, yeah, the two of you just sort of
party. Oh, sorry. If you're ever at a party and you want to actually succeed at what Gus is trying to do, get the DJ to put on. It's not the electric slide. It's
2 steps to the left.
Yeah.
Cupid shuffle.
Yes.
the Cupid Shuffle.
Yep. And
I
perform
remember
that.
when that came back from the dance conferences, and nobody knew it.
Yeah.
Taught it to like everybody at every club for like a year,
But doesn't the song teach you how to do it?
more or less. Yeah.
Yeah, but you still need somebody, in the lead position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need somebody to lead.
Yeah. I can see that. So, unlike that, which is a surefire win, the Morris dance is not a surefire win in a club of undead dancing to toxic sludge house music. But nonetheless, Gus and Marayoth have a good time, I think. So,
And that's all that matters.
yeah. Meanwhile, back at the bar.
Yeah, hopefully somewhere we can sort of keep an eye on the dance floor and make sure they're not pissing off any undead.
Sure. Yeah, Sloan, Ketch, and Nuna all find. Luckily, you find 2 bar stools that are right next to each other. There is not 3 next to each other, so somebody's gonna have to stand here. It's that awkward thing when you go to a bar.
It ain't Auntie Nuna.
I was gonna say
I'm
Ketch
just telling
goes to sit down, and then Auntie Nuna's like already in the chair.
So
I want to let Catch have the other stool because she's systematically casing the place.
yeah, sure. Ketch, as you sit down, the same robotic squawks from before sort of scurries over across the bar and chitters at you robotically and jumps in your lap and sort of, starts vying for your attention. You're muted.
Oh shoot! Absolutely, trying to not look totally into scratching this robotic squawks behind the ears, but absolutely is.
Perfect.
Turns into
So-
a
Find your
coffee.
wallet.
Big man, small dog syndrome.
Not that you can tell.
So the Nuna says, "Mind your wallet," and then next to Auntie Nuna, there's actually a sitting to her right. I'm picturing is a large dragonkin that sort of says, "Oh no, Digit is not there to take your wallet." And they turn to you. If you turn to them, they say, "Hello, the name's Dizzy, and you are?"
Oh hey, the name's Ketch. How you doing?
Nice to meet you. And you? And your friend? Gesturing to Nuna and Sloan.
Sloane's giving him a solid once over. But sense
Oh,
motive.
that's just Sloan and Auntie.
Sense motive.
26.
I mean, what are you trying to sense here? Like what their
Just like-
what their motives are for you?
Just like giving him like a praising once over. What kind of weapons does this guy carry, and does it look like he can handle himself in a fight?
Sure.
Is there anything odd
Is he looking
about
for a mark?
Yeah. Okay.
the way
Yeah.
he's carrying himself, that kind of stuff?
They seem fairly open with you. And going forward with, if you ever refer to them as he, him, or any other pronouns, they do correct you with, actually, it's they, them. They are an agender dragonkin. But
I like this.
not non-binary dragonkin. I apologize, non-binary dragonkin. But either way, they are carrying weapons. They are pretty well armed. They're notably also not undead in a club that is largely undead people, patrons. So yes, but they continue and introduce themselves, saying, "Yes, I'm Dizzy, This is Digit, as you've already met. They sort of look around at the gothic ambience of the club and raise a drink to their muzzle. First time in this place. All seems a little much, you know? Like they're trying too hard. I hear on the weekends people bungee down from the 7th floor while laser turrets open fire on them. Sounds fun?
Definitely adrenaline inducing.
Yes, and I suppose that is the deal with the undead, is they look for things to sort of, spend their undeath on. Spend their time on.
Sounds so garish to me, but I can't think of a good way to put that in greaser slang.
Sounds a little bit flashy.
Sounds a bit too flashy. Yeah, there it is.
There it is, yeah.
Yeah.
What do these guys think they are?
So they offer to buy you all a drink to just make conversation with you all and stuff like that. You get to know them a little more. They start talking about computers, cyber grunge music, latest trends in that. They'll probably invite Ketch, since Digit liked Ketch. They'll invite Ketch to play some holo games on their datapad as you all are at the bar.
Oh yeah, Ketch will accept. Ketch likes this guy. There's just something about them, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, they play you a few rounds in Space Commander 66 or whatever, and you all
Space Commander.
Space Commander. I don't know if Space Commander is if Space Commander is a real game. But yeah, and the theme goes Space Commander, Space Commander, and that's it. That's the whole opening theme.
Beautiful, love it.
That was not the biggest part of their budget, but you trade wins back and forth for a few rounds, and then they turn, ordering another drink for themselves, and say, "So what brings you all to this lovely place, anyway?"
You know, we're just here, back on the station, seeing the sights in between jobs, you know.
Oh.
Do you need me to roll a bluff?
Oh, no, I mean, that's technically correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catch is no stranger to lying, so if you'll let it slide.
No.
Breathing for him.
What kind of work do you all do?
Oh, nothing fancy. We just transport goods back and forth. You know, one station to another.
I'm familiar.
Grand Theft Auto, mostly.
You're on the dance floor, Royale.
No, Catch leaves that part tastefully out.
Of course, yeah. Oh, well. That's.
And I think it's Grand Theft Astro.
Yes, there it is. Yep. Grand Theft Starship, Grand Theft Astro. Well, that sounds nice. It's nice being out in the vast. I myself am also part of a shipping crew. You could call us a shipping crew. I'm a crew on the Wintermorn. My captain is upstairs right now, actually haggling with
Oh no.
Riche.
Oh no.
Sloane's ears sort of pick up on this.
I imagine if you're a shipping crew, that might be what you all were here to do as well. And they sort of, raise an eyebrow at you.
Who's to know? I'm not the jobs guy. I'm just the one that stand around, look good, just
Fire heavy weaponry.
Yeah.
Auntie Nuna looks up the name of their ship
Okay.
on her computer.
Yeah. You don't really find much on them.
16.
Yeah. Wintermorn isn't. It's not a very well-known ship. Seems to be just a small transport vessel. You can't find much more than that. You see it in, we'll say, like some sort of ship registry or whatever.
Yeah.
But yep, not much. So they just sort of sit there at the awkward lull in conversation when you realize that you're here in opposing odds, and sip their drink.
Yeah, Ketch realizes that this has become a little awkward, and he kind of like chugs the last of his drink, slams it down, and he kind of looks over the dragonkin, and he signals at the bartender, and he's like, "Hey yo, another for me and another for my friend here." And turns back to him and he's like, "Well, if we're competing, we'd no reason we can't still be civil about things, right?" And kind of like, as the glasses come back, raises a glass and kind of gives them a cheers.
Of course, no hard feelings at all. It's just business.
As they're having this part of the conversation, Sloan just sort of slips away into the crowd and heads upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I can roll bluff for distraction too, if you want. I got.
Oh yeah,
time for that.
totally.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So roll to distract, Ketch, and Sloan. You can roll to
Stealth.
Roll to stealth. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Auntie Nuna excuses herself to go use the powder room.
Of course. So with two of you, so Sloan is definitely
Just
ghost.
sort of vanishes into the
just
crowd.
just sort of disappears. However, Dizzy, seeing Ketch sort of trying to create some sort of diversion, distraction, and then Nuna also conveniently sort of getting up to go to the bathroom. And then looking around, seeing that Ketch isn't there. Sloan isn't there. Sloan definitely disappeared without being seen. But I think it's fair to say that Dizzy knows that something is up. But just says, well, may the best shipping crew win then, I suppose. We'll see who gets the job.
So sad.
Rye smiled, just like, true enough.
And they, they sit there sipping their cocktail, and we will cut up to Sloan and Auntie Nuna going upstairs. Okay.
Auntie Nuna can guess where Sloan is headed.
Of course. Do you let Marayoth and Gus know what you're doing?
No. What will they add to this conversation?
They're happily dancing.
We are
Oh my
happily
god.
dancing.
All right. Fair enough. So
Marayoth, normally we'd have bells attached to our my legs, your lower part of the swarm, and that would add to the effect.
Do you think anyone else here has bells?
Let's go ask around.
Yes.
Yeah, this is definitely
And-
the group that it's like, Tell me again how you think that these two would assist with our attempts to negotiate with this business.
you would be surprised.
Maybe they
I've
have
done it
bells.
before. I just walk up to random people and say, "Hey, we have stuff to sell."
So we cut from Gus and Marayoth sort of looking at each other excitedly. Let's go ask people for bells. And we are upstairs now with Sloan and Nuna. You arrive at the top of because you ask around and find where Riche would be. It's not a secret. You are directed to the top floor. And the top floor of Revenant's Urge is a long marble floored hall filled with 7 ornate doors that lead into elaborately decorated, room-sized confessional booths, each elaborately decorated. I already said that twice. Oh well. Riche was said to be in the booth at the end of this long hallway. As you approach, the door opens up, and you see an Isoki with white fur, and a human with red skin, followed by a humanoid with purple-blue skin, purple hair, multiple piercings, and glowing red eyes. I have some art to share with you.
Ooh.
Oh, I forgot to show you Dizzy. Here is Dizzy.
Oh, I like the
Yo.
Googles.
Yeah, so that's you've got Dizzy there.
You guys have matching horns even.
Is that a strawberry machine cake shirt?
You know it is. You've got the white Isoki. She is the cover art for this book, so pardon if it looks a little chopped up. It was very hard to remove from
I
all
know
of the
this
background.
person.
You do, but you're downstairs. And then
I know.
And then this is the third person that you see walking out of the room. So
They look super cool.
They are super cool. All of this art is wonderful. And definitely doesn't imply anything about the importance of these NPCs.
Definitely not.
No.
Definitely not. So these three walk out of the room. Go ahead and make me a... well, no, I already said Sloan knows what a Lucandrian is. So, Sloan, you know, in fact, that this must be Roche, because how many Lucandrians are you going to find in this club? So...
Sorry, do you have Art of Roche? I only have the 3 others.
Oh, yes. Roche. There she is.
Lots of piercings.
Lots of piercings.
I like her too.
Yeah, no, Roche looks really cool.
She looks like one of the.
Why can't we be on the same team?
Right, she looks like one of the regular models from the Face Off, the sci-fi show.
So, these three walk out of the room, and you hear as you're approaching, because you were pretty close to the room. So the three of them step out just as you're getting here, of course. And the Lucandrian Roche says, "Always a pleasure, you cunning little rat." At this comment, the Isoki turns around and makes a pain gesture. "I'm hurt, Roche, hurt! How could you call me that after all the times we've ripped each other off?" Downstairs, downstairs Dizzy has left the bar, and Ketch, you see Dizzy sort of heading for the elevators to go upstairs. After looking at their comm unit, it seems that they got a message telling them to go upstairs. Would you have gone with them?
Can I is it sleight of hand to try and... I was gonna say, is it sleight of hand to try and read the comm unit? How do you do that?
Perception would be...
Yeah, it seems legit.
Yeah, perception would be the roll. Sleight of hand is for, using
I'll roll
your
perception.
hand. Yeah.
Do we have any re-rolls? I kind of want to know!
It's probably just then we're done with the deal. Come upstairs.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, we do have 2 rerolls.
I don't think it's worth it.
I don't think it's worth it.
No, if we had more, maybe, but I'll save it. All right. Yeah, I don't know if why would Ketch follow him though. I mean,
that's fine. That's fair. Then Ketch stays at the bar.
Ketch just says,
upstairs.
"Hey, yo, nice meeting you. See you around, bud."
Nice meeting you as well. Dizzy turns and Digit gives you one last little, sort of, except in a robotic voice, and then scuttles after Dizzy. So then upstairs, we cut back to this conversation because Dizzy has followed up from the bar, comes up behind you and gestures. Captain, is the deal done then? And Neva, the white Isoki, will say, yeah, we're all done here. So why don't you tell Jinx to get the engines warmed up? And Dizzy will sort of give they will give like a almost like a salute, and say, "It'll be done." And so then, gosh, I have so many names that I have to remember. I'm sorry. Neva turns to you and says, sort of gives you an appraising look. And you are?
Claude sort of looks around. Me?
Yeah, you're coming up here to... I imagine you're talking to, Roche over here?
Maybe. Why is it any of your business?
Oh, well, you see, I just, we just sealed the deal on those, the Black Hearts. Way I see it, only people that would be here that aren't undead, and Dizzy is sort of nodding behind you, are, other shipping crews. So, you might as well just, give it up, because we're definitely going to be sealing that deal before you get your scrawny behinds over there.
Well, we'll see about that.
All right. Well, good luck. And she just sort of breezes past you and says, "All right, Nemelith, let's go." And this is a human, by the way. Nemelith is a human. The flames in her character art are slightly misleading. She is not.
Yeah, I was going to say.
As Ghost said, that is from other things that she does, but. Yeah.
Just a standard human with standard red skin and flame coming out of their arms.
Well, Akatonian.
Yeah, totally standard. Yes, of the Hilki descent. So, yeah.
Now, as
So
big a
that's
fool
that.
as Gus and Marayoth are making out of themselves, would Neva see them as she's exiting the club?
I think that's possible.
You don't have to do anything with it if you don't want to. That was a thought.
No, I'll. It's a big club, but I'll tell you what. I'll give her a perception check because she has stats.
I'm not sure how she would react even if she does see them. Like, she has no way to connect us to the crew. Oh, I guess we are non-undead. Never mind, that's obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I have a stat block. Now I say she has stats. I didn't give her stats because I didn't, plan for rolls or anything like that. But always, that's okay. I found her perception after some amount of waffling. All right. So.
Only had to walk a little bit.
Yeah, I do like waffles after all. So.
Waffles.
Gus, you feel a tap on your shoulder on the dance floor, and in mid-dance. It's not on your shoulder, actually. She's small. You feel a tap on your waist. As you turn to see one Neva Rovo, the white-furred.
Immediate bear hug.
Oh, Gus Barrett Sinclair, you old Fasteron sucker! Is that you? Is that really you?
Neva! I haven't seen you in forever! You disappeared!
Yeah, I did. Here, tell you what, stop doing that fool dance and let's go get a drink. And she invites you over to the bar.
Oh, who is this?
This is one of my best friends, Neva. We got out of a really bad place together. Shortly before Yeah.
Hello, Neva. We are Marayoth. You're a Yosoki.
Do you need to roll a dice to see if you know what Yosoki are?
She raises an eyebrow at you, as most people tend to, and says, Yeah, I know I'm in Asoki. What are... Waves a paw at you.
Our whole thing is we are a Svathine.
And Nemelith, the Hilki human, says, "Yes, darling. They are in fact a Svathine. You see, they are made up of thousands of little bugs. Very interesting.
Tens of thousands.
Yes, of course. And
they're also one of my new best friends, and we're shipmates. And I feel like I'm still holding Neva, like just.
Put me down, you big lug. Put me down.
Okay.
So, at the mention of shipmates, she says, "You're not with that with the Azamar upstairs, are you? Are you on her crew?"
Yeah, that's my new captain.
Ah, all right. Well, what'd you do to get off that rock? Last I heard, you were holed up on Akaton.
I kept writing captains, desperately asking them to let me join their crew, because I didn't want to be a miner on Akaton anymore. And eventually, Captain Sloan was like, "Yeah, you're super awesome and great, and you should join our crew."
Captain Sloan seems to be very fond of deviants.
Well, listen, Gus. I'm sorry I didn't hear about that sooner. I thought you were just sticking around because you didn't know anything else. But if I had known, I would have taken you onto my crew. Listen, I'm assuming that we're at the bar. This conversation.
Yeah, we would have. I imagine I would have awkwardly set her down and probably crouch walked over so I could hear her better.
Sure. Yeah. Listen, it's been real nice catching up, but I got a job to do. Business is business, I'm gonna beat your crew. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna beat your crew to that job. But you ever find yourself needing to change the scenery, you let me know. And she sends you her comm unit information, wirelessly.
I will reciprocate the information. I will swipe it over with, like mechanical arm, just whoosh, like swipe it across my like comm unit or whatever. And it'll be like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're pretty great, but we're pretty great too. I mean, look at this guy or guy. Look at this entity.
These guys.
These guys.
Marias will also swipe over their com info unasked.
Oh my god.
They're real awesome.
Oh, I don't know how she reacts to that. I really don't. I think she just sort of she leaves you on red, Mariath.
That's all right. Mariath gets a lot of that.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Mariath. I'll hook you up with the info.
So Neva gives you one last look, Gus, and says, "Hey, I'm really glad I ran into you here. Good luck out there." And she
super glad. Bear hug again.
Gus. All right, I gotta go. And she wiggles her way out, and little salute with you're familiar with Neva. There's like that darkness in her eyes. She just sort of seeing you has brought up memories, and so she gives you a last look before leaving the club with Nemelith and Dizzy in tow.
Gus is like just waving, just excitedly waving.
All right. So, we're back upstairs now. And, let's see. Riche sort of raises an eyebrow at you all and says, well, I don't know, you heard her. I already gave her the 50 tons. But if y'all think you want to talk, let's talk. I'm open to talking. And she invites you into her confessional booth.
It's too bad you already gave the 50 tons to them. We're faster, I can promise that.
Yeah, I hear that from every crew though. It's kind of hard to believe. It's kind of hard to parse through the phlegm, if you know what I mean. No offense. But everybody talks a big game around here. But this need not be the end of our dealings. It'll take you several days to. I'm sorry. She invites you, and you sit down in her chamber. It's a relatively small chamber, with dark drapes along the walls evoking a canopy around the table at the center of the room. Mm-hmm. It is very similar to any seance scene that you've seen in myriad, movies of any type. Only thing missing is is a crystal ball at the center of the table. So, again, very overly wrought, overly done, gothic sort of inspiration. So it's going to take you a couple days at best to get the black hearts made. That's the best I could do for you, and I've got connections. So that said, if you think that you can beat Neva there, I'm not one to discourage you, but you're gonna need to pay for those black hearts, just like she did.
Sure. What are we talking?
She explains that it'll run you 10 build points to purchase these black hearts, and if you. I'll say this. She says, there's another option. If you're not interested to pay build points, she offers you each a corpse lease, for a reduction in 2 build points per lease. This contract would mean that upon your death, your body would go to Riche to resell after your death. Necrocrafters always need raw material, she explains, and zombies and skeletons make great workers. You won't need your body after you're dead anyway. You won't even miss it.
Consider it.
All right. But
I'll have to talk to the rest of my crew. In the meantime, can you get those hearts into production?
Yeah. So I'll have to call over to. I have a contact. His name is Reigen Zool. Let's see. I generally try to avoid him, but when I need a rush job, he's always got the stuff. So you could probably. Oh, damn it, Simon, you're right. Having a tough time imagining what a zombie Spathinae looks like. Now,
Also a swarm of bugs, but I don't know, kind of grosser bugs.
Yeah.
Bugs.
Even grosser. So that notwithstanding, she says, I can send you over to Reigen, but you're gonna have to convince him to make those parts. But you go talk it over with your crew, and I'll start making the overtures.
All right, just let me know when and where I need to meet this Reigen.
Okay.
And,
all right. So
I'll see about getting those credits for you.
All right. With the understanding that you're going down to talk to your crew, you'll see her again before you leave to sign any contracts.
I don't think we'll need to, depending on how much of a discount we can get on our drift drive from the goblins.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah. But you still need to sign a contract with her to enter into this agreement to, get the black hearts.
Yeah, no, I'll sign the contract that we'll pay her one way or the other.
Okay, great. Yeah. All right.
Right now.
So, So you sign the contract.
I'm good for either the full price or the price with
corpse lease discounts. Yes.
But I'll have to get back to her on the number of corpse discounts after I talk to my crew.
Okay. All right. She says, well, pleasure doing business with you. And we'll be in touch. So you of corpse. So you head back down to the bar. I imagine you pick up a Gus and a Marayoth from the bar.
We met so many new people.
Good.
We're dancing
including
on
a
the bar.
Yosoki who is friends with Gus.
Yeah, my old friend Neva.
Interesting.
She has her own ship now and everything.
She does.
Yeah, she said she's gonna get somewhere before us.
She must be
I
the
told her
captain
we're
of the
pretty
other
good
ship.
though.
Oh, we are good. But we need to see some goblins about a drift drive.
Should I
We
call
need that.
my sister-in-law?
I don't get it.
Your sister-in-law?
My sister-in-law's a goblin.
Yeah, remember? We had that awkward talk about
Yep,
Auntie Nuna being spacist.
Yeah.
We'll see, yes. Let's go meet these goblins first.
Sure.
As you all go to leave, you hear oh gosh. Here we are.
Oh, gosh.
So,
what is a gosh?
you hear an oh gosh. You hear a clear, hey, wait a minute, through the din of the crowd. It takes you a moment to realize that you hear it in your head. When you stop, you see Roche wending her way through the crowd. That two-time and double-dealing, swindling ice miner, she ripped me off. That whole time she and her witch warper sidekick had me chatting upstairs, their pilot was stealing the black hearts from my own storage yard. And you're gonna help me get even. I don't have your necrographs, but I know where you can get them. Like I said, Reigen Vool runs a necroforge in the Sparks with all the equipment to make what you need. This cult worships him as a living god or something. I stay away from him when I can, but maybe you can persuade him to cut you a deal. He's who I work with on deals like this, and I bet those stiffs from the Harlequin Square prayer weren't all used up in the making of that first batch. She rips up your contract and says, "Consider us even. I'll pay whatever Reigen wants from you all. Whatever. Just beat that rat to the punch, and we're even."
You got yourself a deal.
It's a chase.
And Slode reaches out to shake her hand.
She shakes it and gives you the location of Reigen Vool in the sparks. So
Great. A cult. Love cults.
Always a good time, cults.
yeah, always.
All right, let's go see some goblins about a drift engine.
Excellent.
The camera zooms in on Gus. Nervousness intensifies.
Don't worry, Gus. We can beat your friend to the hearts. We don't have to shoot them.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about the cult, but now nervousness intensifies again.
Oh, we're sorry.
Marion, stop scaring Gus.
You're gonna break Gus.
Gus,
Gus
it's
takes
gonna
out a
be
package
fun.
of like salted nuts and starts munching on them.
Look at me.
Comfort food.
Well, I've got
Look at me,
the
Gus.
R2E delivery system in my armor. It's one of my armor upgrades. So I just pull out the straw and I just start slurping on it, just like.
Oh,
Gus, right here. It's gonna be okay, Gus. Calm. We got this.
Woosha!
all right.
Aw.
So, to clarify where things stand right now, our heroes want to get 50 tons of black hearts to this buyer, this mystery buyer. The black hearts were taken by the crew of the Wintermorn. They have already left. They did not pay Riche. Riche is very upset. Riche has given you access to her contact, who makes necrographs, to then convince them to make necrographs for you. Also, you want to get this cool new signal booster drift drive, which is going to cut your drift travel in half because of how
Actually,
fast
maybe
it
we
is.
should see about the black hearts first. If they're gonna take 2 days to produce.
I think so.
But we have to get the black hearts from Gus's friend's ship, which means we have to catch up to their ship. Oh no, I'm wrong.
No,
We're
they're
getting our own black hearts, and then we're gonna beat them there.
you need to manufacture. The black hearts are gone. The black hearts have been taken.
We have two objectives. One is go talk to some goblins and hopefully get an engine. Another is go talk to this cult person and get the hearts. And they both need to be done like at the same time almost, but that's probably not recommended.
And we're getting the hearts from the station, just from a different source.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I will
that's
remind you,
okay.
not to influence one way or another. The drift drive was broken, malfunctioning as well. So getting the drift engine is not necessarily going to be a matter of, oh, we pick it up, we throw it on our ship and be done. Installing a drift drive will take you some time as well. So
All right. Well, they're
both of
gonna
these
take-
activities are going to take time. So it is up to you.
But talking to people shouldn't take too much time. We could probably knock out all 3 of these conversations today.
Yeah, I would say so.
As long
So,
as we don't have to gather information.
where would you like to go first?
Oh yeah, we did spend 3 hours in the morning gathering information. So now it's probably at least lunchtime. We grab protein slurry
Wait.
and drink it on the train.
We went to a club before noon.
I mean, it was probably
They're
when we
undead.
get
I'm
there,
just
yeah.
saying, Yoxians know how to party, man. That's
yeah,
all.
one of the
the middle of
benefits
the
of being
night for them.
undead. Yeah, one of the benefits of being undead is you can party 24/7. Done.
Yeah.
Eoxians / Gus / Marayoth know how to party.
Yeah,
That
totally.
sounds
buddy.
like Eoxian propaganda. Come, be undead. You can party 24/7. And like,
But
the,
you
like
probably
super
would.
fine prints, like after 100 years of service.
Yes, but you probably won't because the bone sages will definitely own your undeath for the next 1,000 years. But
Writing
then
this down for no particular reason.
what now?
This sounds like Eoxian propaganda.
Oh, I see. Oh,
No
spoilers.
particular reason.
So, what do you want to do first? Goblins or cult?
We know for sure the cult is good. That the cult's going to need at least 2 days to produce these hearts. So let's go do that first, because Ketch very well might be engineering minded enough that we can get that drift drive fixed up pretty fast.
Okay.
You know I got this.
All right, excellent. So, the sparks. Reigen Vool. Why doesn't anyone interested give me a trained computers check to find information on this
Oh,
Reigen
hey.
Vool? And Singularity. Those. This will be one roll.
Okay.
Ooh, a 30. And... Oh, sorry, Marath, I said trained. I apologize. I know you're a Valerian. I know, buddy. That was a good roll, too. 14
That was a
on
good
the
roll
die.
for you, yeah.
Yeah. So Gus with an 11, Ketch with a 24, and Auntie Nuna with a 30. So Ketch and Auntie Nuna both find fairly quickly. You find an old-looking website complete with music playing on load. The load of the page. Yeah,
Cool.
Eerie sort of string music. Yeah, you know,
That's gross.
you know exactly
Space.
what I'm talking about.
Animated gifs.
Yeah. On this site, Reigen Vool espouses a philosophy he calls the singularity, by which he means the pursuit of an infinite existence through undeath. He prefers to sell his handcrafted augmentations to fellow believers. He seems to be worshipped as a living god by his followers. Very culty. So
It
this
doesn't
is the
sound like a
information.
cult. That's just EX's standard shtick.
Living god, though? Yeah.
CEO God.
Right. What are the bone sages if not living gods? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
fair. Yeah.
They like to
So,
think of themselves that way anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you make your way to the Singularity House, an augmentation shop in a vacant engineering bay in the Sparks neighborhood of the Spike. The door to the augmentation shop automatically opens as you approach. Inside, you see a waiting room. Presumptuous of me, but do you all go in?
Yes.
Yes.
For sure.
The double door to the southeast is flanked by small plants with blood-red flowers and segmented leaves that resemble finger bones. In a corner of the room, you notice a security camera slowly panning back and forth. On the northwest wall, a computer with two large screens displays promotional videos and a user interface, which you can use. If anybody touches it, the interface asks you to identify yourself and asks those without an appointment, such as you, to record a message. Hold on, actually, because I have a map for this.
Ooh, a map.
Yeah.
That also doesn't bode well.
I don't know
looking at the plants. Nervousness intensifies again.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. You're fine.
Because to just chew
Sure we
on
are.
plants. Some might be poisonous. You never know.
Oh, I already got.
Be sure to check your
out.
house plants before inviting Noir in. They might poison themselves.
Oh my god.
Gus gets nervous and he starts slurping on his liquefied R2Es.
So, you find yourselves in the bottom right corner of this map. Everybody see it?
Yep.
Cool. Holes in the wall are windows. Oh, did I not turn on? I gotta turn on that thing that stops people from moving.
Moving through walls.
Yeah, movement. Aha! Oh, and Fog of War, probably. Anyway, so you've got this computer. It seems to be prompting you to record a message for, what's his name, to see. Oh, did everybody just lose sight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just move our
Why?
tokens a little bit. We could
Okay.
that might do it. Well, I've done that
Nope.
fixes it.
Nope, I'll just
No.
turn off the Fog of War. No problem. Not worth worrying about. Oh, no.
No,
now I
it's
can
too
see
much.
everything.
Oh no!
I'm looking away.
Guys.
Oh my god. What?
It's
What
a small map. That's not a problem.
Explorer mode, update.
We're fine. My immersion.
Okay. So, there you have it. So you've got this computer for appointment making and contacting Reigen Vool. What do you do?
Yeah, Sloan will hit the button. Say, we need an order of black hearts for Shay sent us. Said you might be able to hook us up.
Okay. Well, that... Go ahead and make me a sense
Honesty.
motive check.
Ooh, a sense
Okay.
motive check. Can I help?
Yeah. Everybody can make their own.
Yay!
If you would like.
The 21.
Okay.
26.
Wow. All right.
7. Just a flat 7.
Everybody but Ketch and Gus understand that a personality like Reigen Vool, he might respond best to somebody who is sort of a fan. Perhaps somebody looking for an augmentation of their own, even if you're not actually looking for an augmentation of your own.
In that case,
He probably-
sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
Revise that. And say something more along the lines of, Rashay told me that you're the best supplier in town for high quality necrographs, and you might be able to help me get a job done in record time.
All right. Why don't you make me... What kind of check do you think you would make to sort of entreat?
Yeah, it's not a lie. So I should just lie.
Yeah.
Better at lying.
You could just lie.
Yeah, you could just say you want some work done. Oh, and by the way, also 50 tons.
And also 50 tons. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sloan will go with the lying route because she's just so much better at it. What she wants.
Considers doing the right thing and then just decides, nah.
Nah, that's ridiculous. What am I thinking?
Too hard. Too hard to do the right thing.
Telling the truth is too hard.
Too hard. Yeah. So I desperately need some work done before I leave the station. And I heard you're just the what type of undead is this guy?
Elibrian, in fact.
You're just the Elibrian to do it. And that's a 22 on my bluff.
Okay, excellent. Small point of order on my end. Elibrian is not actually a type of undead, it's just a type of humanoid. He is a corpse folk, Elibrian. So, but yes. Yes, corpse folk. They're pretty standard fare in undead.
You're just the humanoid to do it.
There you go. Just the scientist, just the god to do it. And with that bluff check, you get 30 seconds later, a gaunt Elibrian looking directly at the camera, sort of says, "Welcome. Come to the Necroforge, and I shall show you what immortality looks like." The doors to the west open. And not the GM info, dynamic lighting.
Dude.
All right. Does Sloan not have vision?
I have vision. I can see.
Oh, okay. It's not showing on my map for some reason, but that's okay. So, you enter room B2. This small bare alcove contains two 10-foot-long holographic recovery units, small chambers that provide recovery simulations to promote healing for surgery patients. Both pods are empty.
Okay. Presume the forge is through this other door.
Yeah, so you can continue right along. And this appears to be a surgery room. This is a cramped chamber with an overhead robotic arm with an integrated lamp and medical imaging devices, all located on a track above a surgery table, littered with implements and splattered with blood.
Lovely. Very nice.
Yes.
That really inspires
Liberator-
confidence.
Corpse folk in here.
Nope, not yet.
That'd be
You
the
do.
place. I suppose we check the next door.
If I may be the devil on your shoulder for a moment, you do see some what is intended to be treasure in this room. You see a dermal stapler and a standard battery lying on the surgery table, as well as 2 tier 1 analgesics, 2 tier 1 antibiotics, 2 tier 1 coagulants, and 2 tier 1 excitants. Can be found in storage lockers. if this is something that you think you might be doing.
Are there security cameras in this room?
Let me.
Security cameras. Catch takes them.
Oh my god.
Just poking through the cabinets. Catch.
All right.
And says, where she
I didn't. I'm not doing
opens these
nothing.
doors.
Let me double check my statistics here. No security cameras in here. So, all right.
So
let me-
my failed sleight of hand check doesn't matter then. I rolled a natural 2 for anyone who wants to give me a toot. I feel like I deserve that toot.
Toot.
toot indeed. I've put that loot in chat for you, my friend. And then the door to B4 opens as you approach it. And inside, you see a much larger room than the
The
previous
dermal
one.
stapler seems nice.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. This massive room features a circle of 8 10-foot-long translucent glass capsules, each containing a corpse. The capsules infuse corpses with negative energy from an arcane circle inscribed on the floor. Overhead screens display images from the building's security cameras. To the north, a garage door leads out of the room, and there is also a door to the east. A pair of power generators stands against the east wall. The ceiling is 25 feet high, but rafters 20 feet above obstruct the top of the room. And in this room as well, you see this dude, this guy. And he would be standing probably about here, sort of working on this machinery, this large table in the center of the room. And he turns to you all and says, Welcome to the Singularity House, and welcome to my forge. I, of course, am Reigen Vul. Which of you will be receiving my gift today?
Well, I'm afraid that was a bit of a white lie. See, I'm a huge fan, and I'm in desperate need of black hearts. And my friend Riche said that you were just the person to see about them.
His face sort of.
Your work
Yeah.
here, just spectacular.
Thank you. I know. His face sort of turns down at the mention of lie, and he says,
I'm afraid none of us really deserve the gift of undeath. It's too good for any of us just yet.
Yeah, we haven't earned it yet.
We haven't?
Maria!
Oh.
Goes to steps on Marriott's foot and then realizes it probably smashed like half a dozen constituents.
Kicked Maria in the
God.
shins with a 20 sleight of hand. Just like, stop it.
No, we are not worthy.
I am afraid that if you are not here to receive a gift, then I will have to ask you to leave my facility now.
Why do not?
I am looking for a test subject. You say that you look for black hearts. I could be convinced to create these for you if you were to submit to a test. I have an experimental necrograft. You see, it is similar to an undead adrenal gland, Mark 1. But I have overcharged it with necrotic energy to provide additional immunities. He explains. He explains that activating this augment will not only give you the normal immunities an undead adrenal gland gives you. Let me post this here. I've posted in chat the Nethys article to an undead adrenal gland. It will not only give you the normal immunities an undead adrenal gland gives you, but it will also make you immune to cold and poison damage for the duration as well. Cold damage and poison for the duration as well, which for a Mark 1 is once a day for 1 minute.
Ooh.
I like that. I don't know if Ketch wants that.
I think Gus would volunteer to be like. Mechanically, I kind of like that. But I also think Gus would be the person that'd be like, well, my body's already being fucked up by these nanites. Why shouldn't I be the one to volunteer for this?
Yeah, and he'll help the group.
Prompt. Yes, sorry.
Is it functional?
Oh, yes. Yes, it's quite functional. I am certain that it will. All I need to do is install it into a patient.
Sense motive.
Yeah, sense motive.
Go right ahead.
Gosh, darn it, Auntie Nuna.
I
Look,
trust him implicitly.
Auntie Nuna rolled a 4 and got 13, but
A 13.
yeah.
All right.
But
So,
she has some
Rayoff.
strong anti-undead sentiment personally.
Everybody in the room gets the sense that this guy is being very earnest, and truly believes that this augment is going to work as he says it works.
Captain, I would be willing to undergo this procedure if it will help.
All right. Well, my friend Gus would be happy to let you test this gland in exchange for the hearts, of course.
Of course. I will provide them free of charge, in fact. You are doing me a great service. This is a good exchange. And he explains it'll
Great
take...
service. A good exchange.
I mean, that sounds pretty pronking great, doesn't it? 50 tons of black hearts for just allowing him to give you a cool necrograft.
Yeah, that's what's really weird here.
Seems too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this guy is he's just a guy that loves his craft so much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Here's hoping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Open.
comes across that way.
yeah, no, exactly. So,
I mean, it does look too good to be true, but he seems earnest, so.
All right. So, as you're going, as you're talking about this, Reigen tells Gus, he's sort of, in a pre-surgery conference, if you will, says, now this will take about 4 hours to install, to complete the surgery. And then additionally, I will require 8 hours of observation after the surgery to ensure normal functionality. Functionality? Is that a word?
I think, yeah.
To ensure normal function of the augment in your body and no adverse effects. And after that,
Sure.
while that is happening, I will be able to start up the Necroforge, to begin construction of your 50 tons of black hearts. So
That will make us lose 8 hours.
the work of the Necroforge can happen alongside the surgery.
Oh, good.
He just needs
Really?
imagine it like a stove. He just needs to turn it on and it'll start cooking things. Except in this case, it's
Preheating the oven.
Or a 3D printer.
in this case, it's we're bombarding. If anybody asks, he'll explain how he generally makes necroforges.
Asks.
Or
Tesh is really
necrografts.
interested in this.
Yeah. So the capsules in this room infuse corpses with negative energy from the arcane circle that you can see here on the floor. Negatively charged flesh is then placed in a necrofabricator in the center of the room, which then weaves it into necrograft augmentations. It will take me 2 days to finish these necrografts for you.
But if we have to stay here for 8 hours, that is 8 hours that we have to wait before talking to the goblins.
You don't have to stay
2
with
days.
me. You don't have to stay with me, Mary.
If you all...
Splitting the
if
crew
you-
seems dangerous. I'm done.
You could always... No, sorry. This was not me, like, being... Oh, God, come on, Simon. But rather, thinking... You all could suggest to him that you have business elsewhere that you would like to take care of first, but, sign some sort of contract with him to assure him that you'll be back.
Yeah. if you could start work on the Necroforge, I need Gus for just the rest of the evening. Can I bring him in the morning for surgery?
He eyes you shrewdly, but then says,
I'm Gus.
I suppose. Yes, Gus, of course.
Sure. Make sure he doesn't eat or drink anything after midnight.
Yes, it would be best, in fact, if he did not drink or eat anything, as I will be working around in his innards. So, yes. Yes, you can bring him back tomorrow.
My innards writhe sometimes.
Oh, so do mine.
So do ours.
Too much information, all of you.
Well, and it sounds like we have a deal.
Excellent. I will see you tomorrow then, and I will begin work on the 50 tons of black hearts.
Thank you.
So,
You truly are as godlike as they say you are.
yes, I know. Thank you. And he'll bid you farewell.
Flattery will get with you everywhere. I see your map and raise you flattery.
So, all right. So you all want to head off to the goblins next?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's see if we can
Maybe
get
they will-
this drift engine going.
Maybe they will also have an experimental augmentation. Gus can get 2.
I don't know if you want a experimental augmentation from goblins there, my friend.
The things goblins make do tend to explode.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's
that's specious. Sizzle makes all sorts of cool things, and they only blow up when they're supposed to.
The general
that's motive.
So, you all head to the heap.
we head to the
Man, Eoxian, undead voices always kill my throat.
Yeah.
The
gotta be all raspy.
yeah. My Gevalar Snore for Dead Sons, I did once, and I was feeling it for 2 days afterwards. Because it was like this. It was very raspy and also got that back in the throat. Yeah.
Last Nor was like Skeletor.
Yeah. So you head to the heap. The heap, in fact, lives up to its name. A vast junkyard in the heart of Absalom Station, filled with innumerable junkers, scrap, and garbage. It is so large, in fact, as you are wending your way through it. Why doesn't everyone make me an athletics check as you're ascending?
Geez. Oh no.
Does
no.
this look like it would be physically
Maria?
strenuous?
Marayoth flies. Yes, this is strenuous enough.
Then Gus would activate his sheath,
Cool.
because that will give him a bonus to athletics, while he is now wearing his new heavy armor.
Oh, snap. All
Auntie
right,
Nuna has
I rolled
managed to
2.
roll a 14 in total.
Yeah.
But, she gets a -1 to athletics checks, just so you know.
Yeah,
Little
that's okay.
lady.
Normally she's not going to have to do these athletics checks, but you all decided to hike out to the heap and talk to some goblins about a drift drive, so
Gus rolled a 2.
Oh no.
Total of 10.
Gus rolled a total of 10, and let's get a catch roll as well. Athletics.
Gosh.
We do not think that we can carry you.
All right. Ooh,
It's fine.
catch got
I'll
a
get there
20.
eventually.
Oh, it's a pup date. Look at that pupper.
Pupper.
My God.
It has the most adorable
Impromptu pup date.
ears. I bet you those ears are so
this
soft.
This is chaos. She is the least chaotic of the puppies.
Oh,
An ironic
She
name.
was sleepy.
Are those
Oh.
ears as soft as I imagine?
Oh my
Soft.
God,
Yes.
what a good
She's
pupper.
got that new puppy smell too.
Oh,
She's so sleepy.
Yeah, she's the drooping
I love
out of frame.
DFN is right. We do have a bunch of rerolls and only 30 minutes
Yeah.
left.
We do.
Oh.
We do have some rerolls.
Anyways,
call
that's
them
the
defin?
pup date.
Should I re-roll my athletics check?
What's your...
Do it.
Oh, yeah, you should.
Okay, I will do it.
Sloan should not.
This one is the book 2 hype.
I now
All
have
right.
a 17.
Thank you, Ghost, for
Yay.
book 2 hype. I'm hyped for book 2. And yes, that has given Gus the strength that he needed to overcome this hardship, because this was a DC 14 athletics check, rather. Anyone who did not make a DC 14 athletics check is fatigued as you all approach the top of the heap.
Woohoo!
Catch, I rolled your athletics check for you, luckily, because you were gone. I just wanted to get it done.
I apologize.
You got a 20.
The bladder could not wait anymore. I was trying to be discreet. But...
Hey, friend, I apologize for calling attention to it, and I empathize. So, when you're the GM, you don't... you can't stand up. But, all right. So, the only people that are fatigued are nobody. Because
Yay.
Marayoth can fly, and I still don't know whether that works or not for this. I feel like Marayoth would still have to... I don't know.
I'll roll it if you want.
I think you should, because you're still strenuously flying. See, it didn't even matter. You have ranks in acrobatics or athletics, rather.
Yeah, a few.
Yeah. Wow.
A few.
All right.
3.
So with a 14 on the die, yeah, 3, the maximum amount for this level. With a 14 on the die, Marayoth also succeeds at this check, and none of you are fatigued as you arrive at the top of this hill. Very nice. Yeah. A bracing hike, to be sure. So once you reach the top here, you see a path winding through high piles of garbage, and from around the corner, you hear a hushed argument. But shouldn't we go have a look? What if the thing zapped Goog? Someone with a raspier, gruff tone replies, If you're so worried, you go out there. You're the reason we're in this mess. I says, let's replace the containment unit. But no, I could just repair the drift leak, you says. Let me laser the manifold, you says. Now look where we are. Hiding in a metal box praying we don't get electrocuted. The whispers stop as the muffled sounds of a petty scuffle ensue. If you round the corner, you can pinpoint the sounds of the scuffle to a rusty gun safe half buried under a heap of trash.
Sloan looks at the safe, looks at the crew.
Gus will try and open it and say, "Hi, I'm Gus," in Goblin.
I'd recommend
Use! Says
I'm Gus. I just said it.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't tell me much, does it? I'm Fleagrebe.
Nice to meet you, Fleagrebe.
And this is Rattlesnarp.
Nice to meet you, Rattlesnarp. Do you know any of the Scrap Hopper clan?
No.
Oh, well, worth a shot. They're a fairly large family.
Yeah, we don't really leave here much. And Rattlesnarp cuts in. It doesn't matter. We need to shut the door again. Goog is a goner. That lightning elemental is going to come back and fry us all to pieces.
Lightning
the female.
elemental?
We was working on that engine, and all of a sudden, poof! The elemental just sort of appeared.
Engine, you say?
We need an engine, right, Captain?
We came down here, looking for a good deal on an engine. If we help you with your elemental, maybe you could help us out.
Rattlesnarp sort of ponders, and then Fleagrebe's like, we can't do anything about it until the elemental's gone. Deal with the elemental, and then we can talk business then. Okay?
Just walk away and leave you in this safe. Take your engine.
But then you'll have to deal with the lightning elemental anyway.
That sounds like a good plan. You're right. Turns around, starts to walk away.
Fine. Just deal with the elemental, and then we can work out a deal, okay? It's coming back! And then, sure enough, you hear a sizzling electricity traveling through the air as a creature descends upon your little trash area. Fleagrebe and Rattlesnarp slam the safe door shut on top of them again.
Probably a good plan.
Yeah, I think so. They don't have stat blocks.
Don't metal saves conduct electricity?
Maybe
Yeah.
it's
It's a Faraday
ceramic
cage.
or
It's a
something.
perfect conductor. It's conducting around them.
Uh-huh.
So
As long as
for
they
the
don't
first
touch it.
combat of book 2,
They've
let's
made
roll
of
some
ultra-hard
initiative, my
plastic.
friends.
That's why
Or
it's
maybe
Wait, but how is it rusty?
maybe it's rubber lined.
Ah, there we go.
All right, so you all are not over here. This is the drift engine. You all, I like to imagine, we're coming around this
Is this
corner
like the
here.
safe? Probably over here.
Yeah, we'll call that the safe. So you'll be in the northwest corner of the map.
Oh, I didn't have my...
I'll add you to the turn order. Go ahead. No problem.
Thank you, Tom.
Of course.
This dude is cut.
Right?
Oh,
We get a
yeah, ready?
50 on that hella muscular lightning elemental.
I'll do you one better. I made a handout for him because he's just the most jacked lightning elemental of all time.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Look at those
Oh my
abs.
god, he's
He looks like
ripped.
looks like an edgelord too.
This is like...
That's an 8-pack.
Yeah, you can also-
level thirst trap right here.
Yeah, like look at those hips.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
It's got the
Yeah.
V going down and everything.
gonna say.
Somebody was real thirsty when they drew this lightning elemental art.
Just yes, I get to draw lightning.
Hey, we don't kink shame on this show.
My favorite element.
Auntie Nuna is not
Not-
on the.
It evokes the sort of imagery that you sometimes get when Seth is drawing a hunky lizard boy.
Mm,
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I
I
don't
put
know.
Auntie Nuna on
These
the
are
map.
more approachable.
Less faceless.
Oh yes.
Oh, Ninja, the results were 100% in favor of, yes, obviously the crew is going to steal the ship. Not a single person thought that they were going to turn the ship over to Sinjin. You only one book, and you know this crew so well. All right. So as you all are rolling some initiative, I will roll initiative for my lightning elemental, and then I'll give you the lay of the land here, because there are some things you know with some secret checks that I made. Sloan. Secrets.
Secret.
I got a secret. Yeah, Sloan, you are able to spot a goblin huddled by the drift engine. He is shown on the map. Catch. You can tell by looking at this drift engine. Drift drive, yes, as Shade says. Drift drive, I kept calling it an engine, but it is a drift drive. The drift drive is highly unstable and will likely send a shock to anyone in the vicinity. This is mechanically a trap, and you are the only one to succeed at the secret check that I made for you all. But now you can, tell people. So you,
it's not grounded.
You can also, that this can be disabled. You can probably shut this trap down. And Marayoth, hearing this, Marayoth, do you want to actually at the start of your turn we'll have you make a knowledge check? How about that? That's how we'll
Life
roll
science.
this. Mysticism, because it's an elemental. That's what we're gonna roll it as. Yes, Shades, you just get the points back. That should have already happened. Yeah. Okay. So first up is the lightning elemental. So lightning elemental is going to, it finds itself right next to Gus, so it's going to turn to Gus, seeing the safe door slam shut and finding 5 much more capable warriors next to it. Just reaches out with a hand. It reaches out a hand too, with a hand made of lightning, and is going to cast a spell at you. This is Jolting Surge towards my friend Gus.
It shakes my hand, and I'm like,
Like a joy buzzer.
Yes. A 22 versus your
Firm grasp
EAC.
and a strong handshake will get you the job.
that's super duper hits.
Then takes super duper 15 points of electricity damage, my friend.
Ouchies.
Yeah. And then that is the lightning elemental's turn. So you know what? It'll take a guarded step back. It wants to sort of maneuver around this big area. Auntie Nuna, it is your turn.
Can Auntie Nuna still see the elemental from where she is? Does she have line of
Yeah,
sight?
so these garbage piles weren't really noted in the terrain sort of survey, like, hey, this is how high everything in this area is. But they are called as difficult terrain, so I'm thinking you can still see over them. It's gonna have +2 bonus to AC.
Okay. Well, Auntie Nuna will get him it.
All right, everybody. There's only one of them, and there's 5 of us. So,
yeah, get him, and Gus, I'm not gonna give you your inspiring boost yet, because you're gonna take more damage. I don't want to overheal you. But she will get out her gun.
Okay, so we've got to get him, and we've got a gun drawn. Yeah, I will say, y'all were definitely surprised by this, so we're not going to have... weapons would not be out in this instance.
Even though they said there's a lightning elemental?
It was awfully quick on the draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't fight it.
But Marayoth, it's your turn. Why don't you make me a mysticism check on this elemental?
18.
Ooh, that's pretty good. So, lightning elementals, I will give you one piece of information that you would probably like to know. You know that in conjunction with Ketch knowing about this drift drive being a trap, and putting the puzzle pieces together in your head, with what the goblins told you, they were working on it, all of a sudden the lightning elemental appeared. That drift drive is definitely sort of creating some sort of portal. It's like tethering the lightning elemental to this plane. If you can get that drift drive shut down, and disable the trap mechanically, the lightning elemental will poof disappear. It'll be gone.
Okay. Rayoth will buzz towards I guess Nuna and Ketch. It is possible that this lightning elemental is only kept on this plane by the malfunctioning drift engine.
And then what would you like to do with
that's good to know.
Yes. Does that use up Marioth's move, or is that free?
Nope. Free action.
Yeah. Then Marioth will manifest their solar flare, and I guess, oh gosh, my solar flare's electric, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Only a little electric, mostly cold.
It's only one electric.
One electric. Wiggy, wiggy, wiggy. All right, then we'll take a single shot at this lightning elemental. Oh, not a full attack.
Waiting on... Oh, there it is.
18 versus EAC for 7 cold damage.
Yes, and indeed, as you guessed, this lightning elemental is in fact immune to electricity damage. So, 7 cold, just like you said.
Your damage has skyrocketed, Simon.
I know, it's doubled. Level 3 is a big one, you're right.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, even with the cover of shooting through your friends, that is going to be a hit. For 7 points of cold damage, Sloane Rider. Newly quick, tricky operative.
I am. So now I can move while I pull my weapon.
Ooh.
Bounce around this trash pile and trick attack.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm sure its CR is more than 0.
Yeah.
That's still a 22 to hit for 7 fire damage.
22 to hit for 7 fire. This elemental takes another shot, and its form sort of sizzles and crackles as the fire burns into it, and then it recorporates, but looks a little dimmer than before. Very, very good. Catch.
Yeah, Ketch is going to having all of this knowledge in his brain pan, move over here. Can I kind of tell like how close I can be without getting shocked?
Yeah, we'll say your recognition of the trap will allow you to see that it is in... Hold on. Let me send this to the GM, the map layer. Okay. It is in this radius. It is a 15-foot radius out from this square here.
So Ketch will move to here, and can he try to deactivate it from here?
No, you're gonna have to deactivate it from right next to it. So you are gonna have to get shocked. You do know that it is a... Yeah, it's a thermal thing, so it'll... thermal motion. So it's only gonna shock you while you're moving. So you're gonna have to take it once, and then you'll probably be alright.
So we'll move the other 15 feet up to here and probably get shocked.
Yeah, why don't you make me a reflex saving throw, my friend?
Yeah, Catch gets up to the edge of where he sees like the little sparks, kind of like the little bits of lightning arcing too, and he's just like grits his teeth. Is like, all right, and he just jumps in there, and that's a 25.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's probably going to reduce this to negligible damage. Yeah, that is 3 points of electricity damage, my friend.
So Catch walks
you're
into it, and he just kind of like does the Superman pose as lightning starts arcing to him, like in between his antlers and everything. He looks super cool.
Catch briefly looks as cool as this lightning elemental.
Yes. His shirt just disintegrates and his pecs
No, that does not happen.
It turns into a runway show, runway walk-off. That's the battle.
You draw the line at disintegrating shirts here.
It doesn't disintegrate, but Catch, knowing this prime moment, just rips his shirt open.
He paid good credit for that shirt. You know that's like a 20 credit white tee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does exist.
Anyways.
Okay, so that was a move action. I believe that was just 30 feet.
Move action, yeah.
Look at you.
So engineering check, I'm guessing, is what you're looking for here.
Yeah, you could do a computers, engineering, or mysticism.
Oh.
You're gonna need to make 2 of these checks.
I can make 2 of them.
It is a standard action to make 1 check.
I see. So I can make the 1 check.
Yes, you will need to complete 2 successful checks, is what I should have said.
Okay, we're starting off with the computers check.
Oh, and then I can never help.
Crack the code. Oh, that was only a 9 on the die there.
There you go. Well, I tell you what, this was a really easy trap to disarm. DC 12 on that computers check. So, yeah.
I guess I have to make 2 of them.
Yes. So, yeah, and that's it. But you managed to shut down or deactivate the thermal sensor in this thing, so it's going to be a little bit easier to shut down next round. But for the purposes of traps, it will still shock people as they approach. But that is Catch's whole turn. We move on to Gus Barrett Sinclair.
Gus, as a swift action, is going to activate reactive repair using one of his nanite surges. And where is the thing? The thing that I use for whatever. I'll do that later. That was a swift action. Move action to guarded step up here as part of the move action, because it is a move action. If I do not use a nanite surge to shift my array, so my body will no longer be covered in my nanites. They will flow up and into both of my hands, and they will spiral out into a 2-handed drill. Standard action, I'm going to push the drill into the elemental.
This can only go well.
This can only go well.
We'll find out. Woo!
All right.
Come on, making sure Get'em's active.
That is pretty cool. That must be your new major form, I imagine, Gus.
It is. It's my utility excavation drill. The aspirational drill that was on Gus's art.
And now it matches. Oh my god! Wow! Tell them what you won, Gus.
Well, I rolled a total of 21. It was 14 on the die. Thank you, Nuna. But I rolled maximum damage for a total of 14.
Yeah.
Piercing.
My goodness, yeah, piercing damage, no problem, goes right through. You wouldn't think it, but this lightning elemental is solid enough for that piercing damage to hit it. And
I believe it. Look at him. He's so thick.
He is. That's a solid dude. Man, I just want to play this lightning elemental, really. Just give me that character art. So, yes, you do 14 points of piercing damage to the elemental with your brand new drill that pierces the elementals. And I have bad news for you, Gus. It's the lightning elemental's turn.
No.
And so,
Oh, I get it.
yep. The lightning elemental is going to furiously take 2 attacks on Gus as a full.
It's not like Gus wasn't expecting this.
Yeah. So, ooh, 2 identical rolls. That is a 24 versus EAC for 8 points of bludgeoning and electric damage. And then I'll give you a chance to react to that. Then you've got.
Sorry, quick question. 2 instances of 8 or a total of 8?
2 instances of 8 because the second attack was also a 24 versus EAC for 8 points of electric and bludgeoning damage.
All right.
So
hit points. Gus is bleeding.
All right, Gus.
Tale as old as time.
Gus. Yeah. Since episode 1.
Gussie and the bleed.
All right. Gussie and the bleeds.
Bleed.
Oh no! I'm sorry, Mickey Mouse. I'm sorry.
Gus
Auntie
coughs
Nuna,
and some
it's
blood
your
comes
turn.
out of his nose.
Oh, gross.
Sorry, it's Auntie Nuna. Hey,
It is.
granted, but great time. Gus, I'm so proud of you. You keep at it. Have your inspiring boost now, buddy, and it's bigger. Because we leveled.
It's bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
8. I'm a good boy.
You are
You're
a good
bad
boy.
elemental.
All right. Marayoth, you are up. I'm sorry, Auntie Nuna. Did you want to do something with your move action? I imagine it's get him.
Yeah.
But okay, cool.
Continue.
Sorry, I should
No,
not
it's
have.
fair. I totally forgot.
Marayoth, for real this time.
Marayoth will chitter back towards Catch. Catch, do you need any assistance severing the elemental's connection to this plane?
How's your engineering, bud?
It's poor. My mysticism
And do
is
mysticism.
okay.
Oh, well, I don't know what's going on with this this magical rune doohickey. Why don't you take a shot at that?
All right, we will see how it goes. We are not looking forward to getting electrocuted, so we'll delay until after Catch.
Okay. Sloane. Marayoth is delaying it. It's your turn.
All right. In that case, second verse same as the first. Do I need to move?
I mean, you could do somersaults for all you care. You're a quick trick operative.
I do.
Now.
I am. I have another action. I was just checking if this lets me full attack. This is like a trick attack is a standard action.
No, you can't full
That'll
attack and trick.
That's too bad. I'll take a shot. The trick will not succeed.
It says
That's a
that
9.
It says that you're rolling rolling 0 when you hover over the number. Is that like in the macro? Do you see that?
Yeah, that's 0 or this.
Oh, okay.
It should be 0. It should, if I keep clicking it, one of these
Eventually.
days.
I don't
It
know.
worked on my test one.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fine. If it worked on yours, I believe you. But
I could have sworn
goodness.
it worked.
Which one's the
How
real?
did I
Okay.
check
All right.
It's just that, it's still so bad, but if you do like 0 d20 like that. Oh, maybe it's not working. All right, I will just roll the thing.
Roll me a d20.
Well, hold on. Let me
Sure.
grab it out of the back rope because
I
plus my
I
sense
will.
motive minus 20 plus 4. of-
However, your Mercy Pistol Illuminator shot is going to be a miss regardless of flat-footedness or not. I am
So it
sorry to
doesn't really
say.
matter. I'll
Yeah,
fix that
so
macro in the meantime.
fix it. Yeah, fix it on off turn. But a 9 versus EAC is going to be a miss in pretty much every circumstance.
Yeah.
So we are on to Catch.
I will move back a little bit though.
All
Right,
right,
because you can move after your. Yeah.
Yes.
Catch will go ahead and make an engineering check now to try and disable, I guess. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, so you made a computer's check. There is an engineering or mysticism check left, and you've got engineering, my friend.
All right. Well, let's do it. That's a 23.
Oh yeah. So Catch is able
if
to.
If the DC was really 12, I don't think I'm actually capable of failing it.
Yeah, they might have made the DC on this trap a little. This is a CR1
Yeah, my bonus is
trap.
plus 11,
Yeah. So it really just took action economy. But I tell you what, Catch is a big damn hero because after disconnecting the emergency power supply on this thing, the random portals to the elemental plane of air sort of shut. And with it, very genie in a bottle kind of thing, the lightning elemental sort of sucks back towards the drift engine, one hand extended out towards Gus before it just disappears. And
I want to be your friend too.
I'll get you, Tenacious D! Oh, wait, hold on.
And we are out of turn order, as there is nothing left to fight here.
Nice.
So,
Pretty well timed.
yeah, very well timed. So, the goblins. I think we've got time to do this interaction with the goblins, though. The goblins will poke their heads out of the gun safe after they hear, after like 10 seconds of not fighting and when and ow, my leg. So Flea Grebe and Rattlesnarp poke their heads out. Goog, are you all right? And you, Sloan, notice this goblin over here. The goblin sort of pokes his head out from behind the drift drive, gingerly, sees Catch standing there with some tools out.
Not even tools out. It's just like he's got his goggles on and he's just kind of like got his arms crossed, like staring down at him.
Uh-huh. Okay. And Goog sort of, eyes Catch and then says, thank you very much for saving me. And then makes his way over to the gun safe with his brother and sister. And so they say, we did say that we would sell you that engine, the drift drive. So
At a discount.
yes, of course, at a discount. We got it at a discount, so that's fair. That's fair. All's fair. Especially since you saved our lives. If we do sell it to you, we could buy a super weapon. They immediately get like sucked up, and we could buy a super weapon that we could use on all the filth on the other side of the heap. They're always coming over here and taking all of our best finds. Rattlesnarp cuts in. No. We should buy a pair of time-traveling pants. He proudly puts his fists on his hips as if this is the ultimate counter-argument. Goog then, stomps over and conks them both on the head. Stop it! Every waking minute you squabble and nitpick. What does it get us? Extra crispy and half dead. Well, it's time for the head of the family to take charge, like Mom always wanted. And I say, there's no point in selling that engine, because you two will just waste the credits on terrible, pronking inventions that have no chance of ever getting us off this crummy station. Goog turns away from his brother and sister, turns to you. There's nothing here for us anymore. We want to go with you, wherever you're going. Just let us see the stars. Aboard your ship a little while. Hop to a planet or two, until we find the right place for a fresh start. Do that for us. The drift engine is yours, free of charge.
Are you sure? The time-traveling pants sounded like a pretty good idea.
Yes,
Thumbs on
I
the foot
100%
again.
agree. The time traveling pants sound amazing.
Rattlesnarp, puffs up a little bit. He's like, see? I told you so.
Well, we can always use some extra hands. Catch? What do you think about having some extra hands?
I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, 6 hands.
It could be helpful.
Maybe. Have you ever worked with
All
goblins?
But Ketch is like very wary about this.
Mhm.
All right.
Um,
Help Catch get this drive hooked up and working, and we'll take you with us.
Also, you will have to teach us 3 goblin songs.
They
Also, you have
they
to teach
agree.
Maria 3 goblin songs.
Goog holds a hand out to Sloan, and then another hand out to Marayoth. It's a deal. they start, chittering to each other, getting to work, and very animatedly picking up their tools that were sort of abandoned. And you all can work out details with them. The engine is going to need 72 hours of work done to it. Now, that is not 3 days worth. That is 72 man hours, meaning if you have multiple goblins working, which you will.
And 3 goblins.
Yeah. So I have taken the liberty of making a little chart for you with all of the possible permutations. The goblins will start by working they base level 3 goblins 8 hours a day. That's the deal. It'll take 3 days to get it done. However, with some coaxing, you could convince them with 400 credits worth of coaxing to work 12 hours a day, which then cuts the time down to 2 days with the goblins alone. From there, any PCs that have the engineering skill can also assist. And from there, it becomes more complicated as we add more PCs in terms of calculations. But that's why I made the table. Yes, Gus?
So Gus is going to be out of the loop for a while because of the surgery, like 12 hours or whatever. But Gus is also trained in engineering. So when he is recovered from surgery, presuming nothing goes awful, he will assist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nick, it's 4 hours and then 8 hours of observation. Yep. So, yeah, basically, the best you can possibly get this down to is 1 day with 3 goblins and 3 PCs working together 12 hours a day. That said, the necrographs now are going to take you 2 days anyway. So.
I don't have any engineering, so Sloan will go sit with Gus.
Neither does Marath.
All right. So we'll.
Liz, I swear I saw.
Nope.
I swear I saw engineering on your.
Oh wait, yeah, she does. Oh, I totally forgot.
I apologize if I'm outing some secret skill that you wanted to hold in reserve, but
no, I just totally forgot.
Operatives and forgetting their skills.
Yeah,
Ninja, yes, Gus will be
voice.
jealous during that 12-hour period, but he'll be in heaven the next several days.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we've got 2 to 3 PCs. Nice.
Yeah. But that is something that we can work out off camera, crunching numbers and seeing what timetables are like. Because for now, that is all the time we have for today. So we will fade on you all negotiating with these very excited goblins who are mostly excited to get off of the station, but also to tinker with the drift drive a little more with the help of some big, strong PCs that will protect them from any further lightning elementals that might come through. But yes, Goog, Rattlesnarp, and Fleagrebe all excitedly begin to help you constructing this drift drive and refitting it for your medium-sized starship.
Oh God! Oh
Ketch
no!
Has minions.
Ketch has minions.
Auntie Luna is starting to knit them sweaters.
Gus and Mariop have new friends.
Ketch is now head of engineering.
Excellent. I think at some point they are going to start exploring the vents, the ventilation shafts, and they'll stumble upon Marayoth at one point.
Oh, hello.
Oh, I didn't realize you lived up here. I'll just go to the next neighborhood over. Sorry.
Yes,
They,
there's
like,
some very nice.
scuttle
There's some very nice tubes on the other side of the ship. You don't need that much space.
Mm-hmm. And not territorial.
Marath of the goblins. Now we have Marath and goblins in the vents.
God.
All right.
Awesome.
Excellent.
The ship is starting
Well,
to like home already.
yeah, I like it.
Mysterious sounds.
So, as always, a new Cosmic Crit episode dropping tonight. Thank you, Leif, for running our audio through Groovy, the musical Discord bot. Who do we have to thank today?
Oh boy. Let's see. We, as always, are thanking Ritterman and White Bat Audio and Relax Cafe Music, and this time around we're also thanking Hero Board Music creators for that catchy Eoxian Club music.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
again,
for the
all free, all on YouTube, and all totally 100% great.
And
also
Simon.
for the cutscene, I borrowed this track from Unique. I'll just link it in Twitch.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The Art of Silence by Unique. That was just the rights post, Simon. There's no link. Oh, okay. I see.
can do that
You didn't. No. Oh, I misunderstood what you were posting. Our fantastic character art was done by Enicola. She is at Enicola on Twitter. Thank you to Paizo for the wonderful AP, which I definitely remembered to check and replace the author of this one. This is Leo Glass, who wrote Book 2, Merchants of the Void. I posted in the Discord earlier yesterday, but I pronking love this AP so far, and this book just has so many cool, colorful characters in it, and I'm very excited to run you all through the rest of it. It's going to be great. I think you're going to have a good time. There's going to be a lot of shenanigans. So thank you, Paizo, for creating these wonderful worlds for us to live in. Thank you, Nick, for our stream assets, Simon for running the stream, all of you for being here, and finally, all of you, dear listener, I say looking directly at the camera, for joining us. Notes, join us in the Discord after the stream to chat and shoot the fleam with us, ask questions, hear behind-the-scenes stuff that Tom lets slip. Oops. And then specifically for next Sunday, we are looking for a new ship name for the Oliphant. I really like the Oliphant name. Yes, a shape nim. However, I agree that renaming a ship is part of a rite of passage, especially for a show when we have viewers that can help us with such things. And, Oliphant's not that cool. It's pretty cool, but I'm sure you all can do way better.
I'm going to be too hung up on Lord of the Rings references if we keep it Oliphant.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm convinced it's a reference to the Pachyderm 2000 from the Space Truckers movie.
Yeah. They gave us inspiration
As many
for.
names as you want.
Yeah. Submit as many names as you want. And I think that's it. We're a little over on time, so we're going to get out of here. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
And Simon, take us into the drift.